Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oran from Yaloon. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you've been having a good day so far. Welcome to the Otome game celebration. Woohoo! Yippee! Yay! Yay! Exciting. I can't go too crazy today because my voice is still a little bit sore from all the yapping I did last night, so I'm gonna try to take it a little easy. I apologize if my energy sounds a bit low. I'm trying my best here. So the first game that we're playing this week is Love Limit, which is I think there's only one love interest, but I could be wrong. But this is a free-to-play Otome game that is currently available on Steam. You can check the description of the YouTube stream if you wanna check it out for yourself. It's an ending collector type game, and you basically are getting matched up on a blind date with an alien. Specifically an alien that is planning to invade Earth and do like a hostile takeover. And you could possibly be the thing that prevents it from being hostile, question mark. Allegedly the game doesn't take too long to play, like 3 or 4 hours, give or take, so should be just a simple, cozy little gaming sesh. I'm just gonna try to go for like one playthrough. If it ends up being hella short, then maybe we'll go through and we'll try to pick other answers and get other endings, but I'm aiming to just do the one straight playthrough because I have another game that I'm playing tonight, and I want to make sure I have time to eat dinner. I said this yesterday. This is the downside of doing multiple streams in a day, is I have to try and plan out when I'm going to take little rest periods in between, so gotta do my best here. It's also styled after Saturday morning cartoons, so the art style is a little bit more cartoon-ified-ish in nature. But it looks really cute. I'm looking forward to playing it. So you should definitely check it out on Steam if you are interested in playing for yourself after watching me play. I don't know if there's anything else I need to say about it. I don't think so. But yeah, I think the most important thing is that it's free, so it's good if you want to while away a couple hours. Okay. I think everything is good on my side. I've already adjusted the settings a little bit. The game started kind of quiet, so I turned up the BGM. And then I already put the text on max speed because I read fast, so yeah. So yeah. Alright. Guess we'll just start. Yeah, man, free 99. Crazy in this day and age. For this quality, too. Pretty epic. Okay, I think if I put my phone over here for tracking, we should be good. I'll just have to angle myself like this. Okay. Man, I already like the art style of the backgrounds, too. It really does feel like Saturday cartoon vibe, just looking at the background of this little cafe thing. Amazing. Okay. The last dregs of my third cup of coffee slide down my throat like cold brown sludge. I'm done. Officially. We're getting the bill and going home. Please, Aaron, let's wait a little more. I'm sure he has a great reason for being late. That's what you said 2 refills ago. And I meant it as much then as I do now. He swore he'd come. Yeah, well, I don't know what ghost you set me up with, but I agreed to a date. One date, Lynn. Yeah, Lynn, it's even spelled the same way as her. Lynn Cameo? Lynn if she was goth, I guess, because obviously our Lynn does not have black hair. Crazy. I gesture at the coffee shop around us. And all I got this afternoon was ridiculously overpriced caffeine at $9.50 when I could have made some at home for free. At least they offered free refills? Considering the server glared like she could vaporize me whenever she came over, I paid in stress for each refill. I think she would have been less annoyed if we ordered food. My sister slouches back in her chair at the choice look I give her. We're stuck in this cafe because I humored her. She's had so much success playing matchmaker among her friends that my time finally came around. And as it's what she wants to do professionally, I caved after her endless poking and prodding. I know today isn't going as planned, but can't we try to see the bright side of things? For starters, we got a good walk-in. You mean that thing I do every morning on my way to work? And as a walker, you'd know anything could have happened to your date while he was on his way here. Oh, really? Such as? Anything. A car accident, a robbery, or a family emergency. What if he missed the bus and had to hitchhike? There's her overactive imagination going wild again. For 2 hours? For all we know, all those incidents happened in succession. Imagine if his leg got caught in a grinder, or a car splashed his new clothing with mud, or... Then he should be mature enough to let me know. Those 2 hours of my life aren't coming back. Okay, I understand, but please, for me, can't we wait 30 more minutes? I worked so hard to set this up. Yeah, no, I'd rather go home. The only thing waiting for us at home is that stream you were watching. And the total solace of relaxing in my bed. Oh no, she me for real. Not the stream that she was watching at home. What if he didn't find a holeless bagel and had to walk all the way to California? So true. You're so right about that. It could be anything, man. Anything. Come on, that 24-hour fish stream isn't going anywhere. It's not even important. The real Lynn would never say this. The real Lynn would be like, yeah, go home to watch your fish. It's super important. Somebody needs to ring the doorbell so those fish can migrate. This is why I'm concerned about you. Nobody else is spending their entire weekend on that. They go out and meet people, have grand adventures, get married, have 19 kids. So you know, there were over 100 people in the live stream before we left. It's even more concerning. Pass me your phone, please. Maybe he sent a message in the app? 19 in this economy? Yeah, true. That's a pretty big number, Miss Lynn. I don't know about all that. You would be considered lucky if one child came about. I slide my phone across the table towards my sister. Whoa, charge your phone. Why do you always walk around with 20% battery? It was at 50% before we left. My sister just shakes her head. 2 taps later, the Greed Up logo flashes across the screen. I left everything from my password to creating my profile in the app to Lynn. Aw, lame. There are no messages from him. Whoever my sister set me up with, it's clear they aren't coming. If anything, the hours I've waited for a total stranger are more than generous at this point. While Lynn has put a ton of effort into this, I'm ready to call it quits. I'm getting coffee jitters, I'm hungry, and I have to work early tomorrow. I'd prefer to be at home, relaxing in my bedroom, than to spend even another $1 here. I've toughed it out thus far because Lynn means well, but is that enough? I mean, she brings up a good point. I don't do enough modern dating to really know what the etiquette is in this situation. I mean, 2 hours after the meeting time, assuming that you even get there early, because I know general protocol would be to be there early. So like 2 hours plus, and then being asked to wait another 30 minutes. 2 hours is def enough. I kind of think so too. Especially if they haven't said anything about why they're late. I think maybe if she had gotten a message, it would have made more sense, but... Will the restaurant even let you sit that long? Well, she's at a cafe, and they mentioned that she's been getting refills while she's been waiting. They do seem to be getting annoyed that she's loitering, though. They do seem to be getting annoyed that she's loitering. If I were 2 hours late, regardless of the reason, I'd assume they left already. Yeah. Get there early and then say you just got there when asked. Yeah, basically. Oh, I mean, I guess we could choose go home. Yeah, let's go home, man. Lynn, I love you, and I know you wanted this to work out, but let's just go. We've wasted enough time here. But, okay, I understand. I hate to break her heart, but whoever this date was, I doubt he's worth this long of a wait. I flag the waitress down, and my defeated sister pays the bill. She tips well, considering we took up considerable time in the server's section. Hey, chin up. How about we stop and grab takeout on our way home? Are you really okay with that? I'd have to feed you anyway. This saves us some dishes. Can we order fried chicken? We sure can. We did exactly that. Lynn and I carried our spoils home and spent the rest of the evening watching a movie and eating. It was such a marvelous time that we completely missed the alien invasion until the loud vaporizing bangs rang out. Invaded. Turns out ghosting an alien invader is a bad idea. Well then. End before it even began. Bad end already? Yup, looks like it. It kind of makes sense. Leaving the initial meeting place, I feel, would definitely cause that kind of thing. So it looks like we need to stick around. Good stream. Yup, GG's everybody. 30 minutes more. That's all they're getting. Following that, we're seriously leaving. Doesn't matter, got fried chicken. True. They had such yummy fried chicken and were watching such a good movie that they didn't even realize that there was an alien invasion. Could you imagine being so locked in? That must be some good-ass chicken. Of course. Gosh, thank you so much. You're more invested in this than I am. That won't be the case for long. He's super cute. How do I tell my sister it takes vastly more than that to impress me? Or rather, how can I share that in a way she'd parse? My phone rings. I have a notification. Are those my dailies? No, it's a message from him. My sister abandons her seat and squishes in next to me. Look, he said he's sorry for being so late and that he's stuck at work. I knew he wouldn't flake on you. This is great! He said he'll be done once he completes one last task. What kind of jerk tells you that 2 hours later? Maybe he's got a horrible boss? I could seriously make a novel out of all of the excuses you give other people. Unfortunately for my sister, 30 minutes comes and goes without another word from my mysterious date. I collect my bags and pay the bill wordlessly. Lynn follows behind me like a sulking dog. Her head is down. Her eyes are dewy. Really going? Yes, we are. 30 minutes is 30 minutes. But he texted! Lynn, enough. You already agreed. Okay. It still sucks, though. Look, you can set me up another date some other time. Preferably with someone who actually shows up. I tug the cafe door open, but the world rumbles around me. At first, I fear I'm shaking profusely from all the caffeine I gulped down. But when everyone around me gasps, ducks under tables, and tucks into door frames, I think better of it. I huddle my sister beneath a table, but she seizes my arm when I don't join her. Where are you going? To check outside. Get under the table! Enough people are recording on their phones that somebody will catch something. I'll be away for 5 seconds. That's all it takes! Her fingers dig into my arm and her eyes beg me to stay. I can't leave. She's too terrified to be left alone. So I join her under the table. The sky outside turns red, and the cafe's trembling intensifies. Glassware tumbles off shelves. Framed decor crashes into the ground. People cry out and cover their heads amidst the shatters and thuds. Screaming drowns out the rest. What is that? What's happening? Oh God, what are those? My sister squeezes me as if holding on to me will save her life, but I peek out from under the table. Thousands of saucers descend from the crimson sky outside, each of them blaring that horrible noise I heard before the screaming started. What the hell? Are those spaceships? Oh my God. Catch them on camera. This is my chance to go viral. I can't breathe. The smooth, metallic exteriors of each ship are terribly alien. Their engines blast purple flames. Sis, are there really aliens? I think... I don't know what else those could be. I squeeze back under the table with my sister and yank out my phone. My cricket feed explodes with chirps and chimes. The trending tags are all about aliens, spaceships, and the concerningly red sky. My timeline is an endless scroll of the descending spaceships from various angles in different countries. All the electronics in the cafe emit a horrendous screech. I drop my phone, but Lynn catches it. A live video overrides the social media app I was on. Featured in it is some man with a legion of soldiers behind him. Actually, he's on every screen in the vicinity. My sister pales. This is Claxolotl. I was the co-developer and editor on Love Limit. Glad I was able to make it to the stream. Welcome in! Thanks for stopping in to check it out. We're pretty locked in. The aliens have just invaded. Shouldn't the cricket app go silent when things are happening? No, the crickets are chirping. By now, you'd think I'd know the optimal way to deliver these speeches. Someone shrouded in darkness whispers to the man on the broadcast. Huh? Are we live? Well, hello, Earthians. My name is Egan, and I'm the prince of the planet Ornthon. I expect my name will be seared into your minds shortly, since I'm taking over this planet as its supreme overlord. Who? You! It's you, man. That's crazy. I suggest you surrender within the hour. If you do not, then we shall continue our subjugation with force. Egan stares off screen. I fear what drew his attention, especially as I hear jet planes and helicopters. Right on cue, as predicted. This shall be a quick lesson for those with dreams of resistance and grandeur. Gunfire erupts outside, and the crimson sky flashes with red, orange, and white. They're firing at the ships outside! What? Already? I glance outside in time to see the attacking helicopters and planes sucked into a black void. They vanish in a twinkling spray of particles most RPG attacks could only hope to emulate. You're welcome to waste your resources attacking us. We shall absorb everything fired at us. Your world isn't the first to try a counterattack, and it won't be the last. As I have a prior engagement I'm over 2 hours late for, that's the end of this broadcast. A gut-wrenching dread digs into my stomach hearing those words. My gaze slowly meets my sister's. She's paler and sweatier than when I last looked at her. Lynn, why are you so sweaty? Dang, get a load of this guy. He's so pretty. Get a load of him. To the one I've promised to meet, you have my sincerest apologies for the delay. As I finished my business, I'm on my way. An image appears beside the figure on the broadcast. My face squints back at me. I seize my sister. Lynn, what is that photo of me? I'm sorry. He said he wasn't from here and I skimmed the paragraph he sent. The entire world is seeing a photo of me where I look like a bona fide cryptid caught in a sneeze, and that's all you have to say? He's the only guy on the app who said he looked cute. You gave my information to an alien. But he's a super cute alien. I stare down at my phone. Egan waves enthusiastically at the camera. Aaron, I can't wait to meet you. I curse in so many languages that my sister covers her ears. As the invaders descend from their spaceship into our city's center, our governor throws himself at their feet. Never let your siblings set up your dating profile. They will choose an ugly photo and also give your personal info to an alien. Yes. This is true. True. Luckily, I'm an only child, so I don't have to worry about this. Wait, rather than surrender, there must be something else we could offer you. You could stop delaying me, scrimp. Move it. But we should have a chance to save ourselves. Please. Egan taps his chin. Subjugating worlds is all that interests me. But my father has been on an awful bit about me settling down. So I propose this. The champion of this world shall be the person I'm already scheduled to meet. What? But you must pick someone who represents the people. I already chose them. There's no better representation than that. I wheeze. My youthful years drain out of me from the immense stress of Egan's announcement. All conflicts on Orthon are decided through duels between individuals. Only through triumphant victory can matters be settled. Demands are a victor's right. So, if your champion can best me in a duel, I'll reconsider ruling this planet. That's insane! You're up against some young person who has barely lived their life. I've held a charged saber since the pleasant age of 2. That's no excuse. Please reconsider. You can't place the fate of the world in some random citizen's hands. My answer is final. Besides, my date already agreed to a duel. We can simply change what's at stake. I snatched my phone from my sister and furiously backread her chat and greet up. Egan sent an offensively long paragraph in which he speaks excitedly about the date in 30% of it. The rest is a glorified terms and services contract about a duel. Bruh. Lynn, can you please read? Actually, he didn't agree to a date at all until we finished the duel that precedes the entire process. Did you actually read any of this? It's too long. I skimmed it. You know nobody ever actually reads paragraphs that long. Wait! Please, reconsider, please! The broadcast cuts out. This is the literary crisis I keep hearing about. For real. There was no TLDR, so this girl just agreed to something truly chaotic. Everyone in the restaurant stares at me. If I sprint home right now, I think I can make it. That, or I can dig myself a hole deep enough to hide in until this passes. Gosh, can you believe this? I really can't. Actually, no. I don't want to. This isn't happening. You have plenty of life experience. Why was the governor so rude? I grab my sister and shake her. Is that the most important part of the situation right now? My sister's head bobs back and forth. She wobbles like a wet noodle. What am I going to do, Lynn? Date him? Duel him? Can you unscramble your brains for 3 seconds, please? The fate of the universe is in my hands. I can barely walk down the stairs without tripping, but you expect me to challenge an alien? I lurch out from under the table, banging my head in the process. It's a bad look, and certainly a terrible start. Ugh, damn it, we're making a run for it. We already agreed to their terms. You agreed to his terms. You. There was no me in this equation. But I did all of this with your consent. I gave consent thinking you set me up with a normal... Forget it! We need to go. But you could duel him, sis. By times we might catch the common cold, or some hackers can make a computer virus to shut off their ships or something. Now isn't the time for film references. I'm panicking here. It seems fate led you here. What a meaningful connection. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. I grab my sister's arm and rush for the door. It bangs open seconds before I reach it. Egan's shocking white hair, red eyes, and regal extraterrestrial garb appear before me. Eren, I'm here for our duel. No. Please, no. I duck behind the nearest plant. Unfortunately, it's way too skinny. Egan's gaze burns into me. You are Eren, yes? Who, me? Oh no, I don't know who that is. But you're clearly her. I scoop up some glasses I spy on a nearby table. I'm, shoot, what's a good fake name? So this is what they meant by you can kind of choose the name of the protagonist, but not really. Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point, might as well have it be my name, right? This name's definitely fake. Except it's not because it's real and it's my name. I'm Yuno. Eren is my cousin. She had to go home. A nasty bout of food poisoning got her. Food poisoning? You Earthians put poison in your food? No, we don't. I just meant... Seems you've evolved beyond what Andel gave you credit for. Wait, you're misunderstanding... I'll keep that information in mind when sampling your local cuisine. Egan whips out a device and flashes the horrible photo my sister dared set as my profile picture. There are fun Easter eggs if you use the names of any of the members of the main cast, like Egan, Lynn, or Aaron. Noted. That'll be fun to mess with if I do subsequent playthroughs of it. We already got the first bad ending. Because we all agreed we should just go home instead of wait for this guy. So I don't know if there will be a situation where I can do like a full restart, but we might mess around with it later. Who knows? Are you certain the person in this image isn't you? It's a perfect match. In what universe is that me? I have my doubts, but I suppose if my date didn't show, then I'll move on. Oh, thank goodness. Seems I'm subjugating this planet ahead of schedule. Oh no, that's worse. Hold on a moment. Theoretically, if I am Aaron, what do you plan to do? Duel, of course. But what does a duel entail? As I'm at an advantage, I'd let the other party decide. It's part of custom. So it's not some duel to the death? It can be. Is that what you Earthians like? Wait, no snap judgments. I tug off the glasses. I am your duel partner. So you are. He's alarmingly radiant when he smiles. This character art design and the overusage of red, black, and white reminds me of the Helltaker series. It does kind of give a little bit of Helltaker. I can see why you would think that. I think it's good, though. I think it looks kind of similar in a good way. I'm thrilled you've embraced the challenge, duel partner. If I lose, are you seriously enslaving Earth? Enslave is an inadequate term. We aren't savages who will doom you all. By the sounds of that, perhaps everything will work out? Instead, we'll bleed this planet of its resources and assimilate everyone who survives into Orthonian culture. That's so much worse! But if I win, you'll spare this planet, right? If those are your terms following the end of our duel, then yes. In that moment, I recall everything I love and loathe about planet Earth. The odds are in favor of what I love, considering all my loved ones, friends, and favorite creatives live here with their friends and loved ones. Okay, I'll do it. We'll duel. My stomach is queasy with nerves at Egan's wolfish grin. Why is this the frickin' Anya face? Why, when his eyes squint, he do the Anya smile? His face gets so liquidy. Crazy. Perfect. Name your game. How we do combat is your decision. I rack my mind for what an alien invader would be terrible at. And alternatively, anything I'm so eerily good at that it would save humanity. The pressure is dually on since everyone who was under a table earlier is filming me now. I glance at my sister and she gives me a thumbs up. Okay, how about we try... No, we should make a separate save. If the option is there, you make separate saves. A children's card game or a word game? Okay, so realistically, if it was me making this choice, I would choose the word game. Is now the time to meme? Realistically, I would choose the word game. But children's card game is kind of funny. New and my partner had an absolute blast drawing the character expressions. She was heavily inspired by how expressive Saturday morning cartoon characters were. Yeah, I mentioned before that I saw that the game was like based off of Saturday morning cartoon art style. I can even tell just from the backgrounds. It really does feel like something I would see on a cartoon, where everything's kind of faded in the background while the like people and like the things they interact with are more bold to show that that's going to be what they're touching. I like it. I think the art style is nice. Card games on motorcycles. I think we seem to agree to choose children's card game. Which I'm fine with. I think that'd be funny. I don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So if the game actually tries to make me try, that'll be fun. Frick it, we ball. Wait. A duel, huh? Let's try a children's card game. The crowd surrounding us gasps, but a select few laugh or groan. I expected Egan to fall within the latter, but he smirks. Perfect choice. It is? Yes, it's been decades since I've had the pleasure. Wait. He runs his palm down his right arm from his wrist to his elbow, and a mechanical chime rings out in the cafe. An arc of light covers his forearm, and a dual platform latches into place with precise clicks. Oh my god, he summoned a fucking dual disc. Brother. Assemble your deck, challenger. But I have no deck on hand. I didn't expect him to know what I was talking about, let alone be so prepared. On what other planet did he practice this that I don't have the advantage? And I bet it's too late to back out. Out of curiosity, is it possible to change the means we use to duel now? No. Your first decision is final. Figured. Then you'll have to excuse me long enough for me to drop by my house and return. My old deck is at home under my bed. No need to dawdle. Egan whistles and two guards appear behind him. You called, Supreme Leader? Fetch your cards. I'm brimming with anticipation for our battle, and I will not have it delayed. At once, Supreme Leader. They vanish in a shower of light particles. Don't you need my address? We have that information. Andel catalogs the details of every Earthian on this planet. There are so many privacy violations in that sentence. My brain tries to comprehend how they could have possibly accomplished that. But when I consider the number of corporations determined to squeeze every last detail out of everyone for advertising profit ventures, it subtly makes a ton of sense. The zappy whoosh of the guards returning brings me back to reality. Supreme Leader, we've retrieved the object. They plop my box of cards onto the table. Let me know when your preparations are complete. I realize that I'm really doing this. I have no choice. I ease into the booth to swiftly rebuild my deck. Egan gives me some privacy. My hands shake terribly by the time I'm finished. Most of the rules are a jumbled mess in my head because of nerves. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. He joins me at the table, settling in comfortably across from me. Then let us begin. Egan draws a third of his deck on his first turn. I can barely keep up with the long string of combos he strings together through a dozen cards. By the time it gets to my turn, his side of the table is packed with cards that would be the envy of competitive players. How did he even get these in outer space? I look at the opening hand I've drawn. I've never built any deck with tournament play in mind. I've always built silly-themed decks full of rarely used shenanigans. And somehow, today of all days, that's what saved me. I've lost? Egan scans the board state, but there's no mistake. I beat him. I actually won? She won! We're saved! Everyone in the cafe cheers and crowds around me to celebrate my victory. Egan's fist slams down on the table. Everything falls silent. Secret anti-meta deck. Sometimes silly gimmick decks are what you need in order to troll any sort of well-prepared expert player deck. Something, something. Heart of the cards. This can't be. My decks are tournament ready. We must play again. But I beat you. Best 2 out of 3. 30 minutes later, when I've defeated him a second time, Egan slumps over in the booth. The crowd cheers again. Would you like to go best 3 out of 5? I shouldn't tempt fate by asking, but I'm actually having fun playing this old card game again. No. Once is a fluke, twice is the truth. Is that some Ornthonian saying? 30 minutes later, so the game lasted 2 turns. Seems so. He drifts a palm over his arm and his dual platform disappears. As you are the victor of our match, you may name your terms. I'm so shocked by the fact I beat him that nothing feels real for a moment. I can demand anything of Egan at this moment, and he must honor it. What are your victor's demands? Will you really give me anything I ask for? Yes, so long as it's within my power. There's a certain inflection to his tone that gives me pause. Earlier, his gaze held a touch of amusement and dwindling interest. But now he's gazing at me the way I probably look at animals I want to pet. Safety just for the people I care about, or safety for Earth? I mean, realistically, the answer should probably be safety for Earth, no? Or is the joke going to be that he twists the wording of this and then says that the planet itself won't be destroyed, but he'll eliminate all of the, like, living people on it? All of the sentient creatures? But then if we choose safety for my loved ones, it's only the people that she cares about live. And then everybody else dies. Kind of feels like both answers are not the best. But that's because I'm the kind of person who overthinks this sort of situation. You know how sometimes when people ask you, like, what 3 wishes you would ask for from a genie? I overthink it a lot because I know that if you're, like, not careful with how you phrase it, they could take advantage of the slight misphrasing of the whole thing to make something fucked up happen. So I try to be really mindful of that. He said in his power, does he have the authority to stop the whole invasion? I mean, he's the supreme leader, from what the aliens have said. So there's like a chance that he could stop it, but that's not an option. She's just trying to ask for specific safety. Genie lamp in the background, you know, Me with my very intricately thought out and like pre-typed wishes. I'm going to choose the more heroic answer and see where that gets us. I made a save, so worst comes to worst, if this leads to a bad ending, I can just reload the save and pick the other option, you know? I could just be overthinking it for nothing. Then I'd appreciate it if you didn't subjugate our planet. Egan huffs. You picked the most boring thing you could have asked for, but sure, done. Thank you. I've given this planet amnesty. Move the ships. As you command, Supreme Leader. His alien comrade appears and vanishes so fast I have whiplash. I thought Egan was talking to himself. Egan snaps his fingers and the red world outside regains its proper colors. Well, I'm happy he kept his word, but it must be stressful having everyone act on everything you say the second you say it. Is your heart made of antimatter? Why would you rescue your planet? Because it's the right thing to do, and I like it here well enough. His gaze is incredibly peculiar because of its immense intensity. If that's all, I'd like to head home before the stress of all this actually hits me. I like to crash in private. Egan rises from the table when I do. Wait. Did you need something else? Yes. You. Huh? What? I haven't had such a thrilling match in eons. You're welcome. Goodbye now. He kneels before me with a fist across his chest. My thoughts spin so fast it makes me dizzy. Why is he kneeling? What's the fastest way out of this conversation? Marry me. A shock of gas flood the cafe. My sister squeals like she saw her favorite boy band celebrity. Crazy. Is it that easy, fellas? If a girl bests you in a children's card game twice, is that enough to make you want to marry her? Boys in the chat, is it this easy? Yes, I see. I suppose you would know best in the situation, considering you are Egan. You are Egan, Egan is you. To be honest, having common interests is hot. Noted. Beats me at my hobby. Yep. Noted. I'm learning so much. Lad loses at Yu-Gi-Oh! One time and he's ready to commit. I mean, hey. You said he had fun. He's learned that meme decks exist and that they can actually win. Brain expansion. I say what the heck, let's be crazy. Why the heck not? Sure? Hell yeah. I blink and I'm in a wedding dress, surrounded by friends and my teary-eyed sister fanning her face so her makeup doesn't melt off from sobbing. I set them up, you know? I knew they'd be perfect for each other. Pale pink flower petals fall from the sky like rain. Rice follows afterwards. I disappear arm in arm with Egan up into a spaceship with Just Hitched painted on the ramp that closes behind us. Years spin by. I'm featured in books, in interviews, and sponsorships coat me like salt does the sea. But what continues to dazzle me is the vast cosmos. Abducted. Extraterrestrial Bliss Side B. 48 planets and 13 kids later, you're still thrilled you said yes. Let's go! Shotgun / space laser wedding? Seems so. That's pretty funny. So clearly the answer is politely decline. Why do these Otome Game Boys always look like a twink? Because pretty boys are pretty. It is admittedly very rare to see a Otome love interest be like super like muscular. It's not that girls don't like muscles, it's just that like pretty boys tend to do better. Pretty boys tend to do better, but not every girl is into twinks. Like, admittedly, Egan is not going to be popular to every Otome enjoyer. Aesthetically, most of the time it's just like straight up pretty boys. I can think of a few Otome games where there are boys with muscle, or like at least more muscle than average, but like generally speaking, it's just mostly pretty boys. Because, you know, a lot of Otome games are also made in Japan, so Japanese, body standards. I'm not popular at all. Oh, you mean the alien? Yeah, sorry, buddy. Anyways, politely decline. This alien is crazy. Sorry, but no. That's unfortunate. Does that mean JoJo has the potential to be an Otome product? I mean, there are a lot of girls who like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so maybe? I don't know. I don't think the guys in JoJo are my type, personally. We originally planned to have 3 love interests, and one was going to be quite muscular, but we made this for a game jam on a very short deadline, so had to trim routes to just Egan. Oh, it'd be very fun to eventually find out what the other 2 routes would have been. It's pretty funny that you're actually planning to have a super muscular guy. I mean, heck yeah. A type for everyone. He bows his head and then raises it after a moment. I've never been so utterly smitten with another being in my entire existence. Please reconsider marrying me. The resources of millions of planets would be at your disposal. You can't be serious. I'm completely serious. Wait, did he say millions of planets? What kind of stuff would aliens accumulate? Hold on, I'm getting sucked in by greed. That's enough. Look, it's a no. We don't know each other. You meet both of the alternate love interests and love limit. They're just no longer dateable. Oh, okay. Noted. I will remedy that during all the years we spend together. Please stand up. I will marry you. I don't want a husband. Then I'll be your wife. I love him, I think. He's like, easy. I didn't think there was gonna be a sprite for it either. That's awesome. Based. He's kind of rocking the wedding dress, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's awesome. That wasn't the issue? Egan reaches inside his clothing and tugs at the fanciest space rock I've ever laid eyes upon. It hums and glows with ethereal blue light. It's so gorgeous, in fact, that I have to suppress my baser instincts to snatch up his shiny as if he were some boss I defeated in an RPG. I'm no better than a crow. Or you could say that you're no better than a winking corvid. I already said no. Goodbye. I seize my sister and sprint home so fast I probably set a new world record. The wind in my ears drowns out Egan's protests. Our front door slams closed. I twist both locks into place and struggle to catch my breath. My heart pounds so hard that I feel like I'm choking. This is right up there in the top 3, top 5 worst days of my life, Lynn. My favorite part of watching people play our game, seeing how they react to the wedding dress gag, it's awesome. I think it's great. I like how quickly the transformation happens too, just like pop. It's really good. My sister leans against our front door, laughing. What do you mean? That was amazing. I would have accepted his proposal if I were you. Do you know how much publicity you'd get? You're more than welcome to go back for him. Absolutely not. He adores you, Queen of Games. Quit it. Gosh, think about how popular my matchmaking business would have been if you'd accepted. We could afford a house. We'd be better off than someone who won the lottery. So it's 4th or 5th worse. Yeah, it went down a little bit, but it's in the top 5. I clutch my head at the psychic damage her words deal me. No, we're forgetting today ever happened. You literally just saved the planet, but you expect that to happen? From now on, I don't exist. I'm going to lay so low people will walk over me without realizing I'm a person. My sister cackles with sheer delight and eases away from the front door. She rubs my back comfortingly. Okay, I'm done teasing you. But seriously, what you just accomplished is phenomenal. You saved the planet from invasion. I guess it is pretty cool, huh? It's beyond that. You're amazing. It'll be even more amazing to put all this behind me. You bet it will. And what better way to do that than by having takeout before going to bed? Of course. If there's anything my sister never forgets, it's food and romance. 0 to 100 real fast. Yes. Typical of a Saturday morning cartoon. Yes, yes, yes. Sure, pass me my phone. I head to bed with my stomach full and relax into a dreamless sleep. I don't know where those aliens will go, but I'll take solace in the fact everything will be back to normal tomorrow. We save the planet, your regular day, everyday thing. Why don't we grab takeout? Yeah, true. Pretty awesome. Just another day ending in Y. Gotta go to work in the morning. You know how it be. 2 hunks of metal close over my arms the following morning with a firm clank. I glance up at the 2 alarmingly beautiful, fragile-looking men who cuffed me before I could have a sip of coffee in my living room. Yuno Reeves, you're being detained. Do not resist. The peaceful sleep I had last night drifts away in the wind. Lynn's as still as a statue nearby with half a bagel in her mouth. I'm sorry? Why? Did you think your life would go back to normal after what you did? Lynn, what's going on? I don't know either. They're both cute, so I opened the door. Every day, I worry more that my sister will be kidnapped by someone who tricks her into joining the black market solely because they're beautiful. Is that seriously the only reason you opened our door? When she looks away guiltily, I give up. She's so pawn. Yeah, very pawn moment. She and I may live on the same planet, but clearly we don't exist in the same universe. We haven't since childhood. I'm sorry, but again, why am I being arrested? Better yet, do you have a warrant? Handsome Alien B twirls his glimmering locks and produces a document. Do you think we're brutes? Of course we have a warrant. You violated Section B of Orndonian law, which mandates you must honor all agreed-upon terms of a duel. But I dueled Egan and won. Our business was over. It wasn't. Are you kidding? What did I miss? Why, your date, of course. I'm about to tear my hair out. You agreed here in Greed Up that following an amicable duel, you'd partake in a casual date. As that portion of the agreement was left unfulfilled yesterday, you're being detained. You can't be serious. We're completely serious. How could you be so cruel, Earthian? Our prince remained in the cafe until closing for the likes of you. He's the laughingstock of your planet now. There are clips of him all over your infernal apps, WooTube, and Wickwalk of him abandoned in that cafe. Alien B whips out a device that looks eerily like a tablet. There are thousands of trending videos of Egan alone at the table I ditched him at. Countless compilations have a desaturated Egan with rain effects and sad violin playing in the background. Not the straight-up mockery. This poor guy. Others have edited various sparkles, flowers, or animal ears onto him and are worshipping him as their new internet baby girl. You must be kidding. I saved the world and they turned the alien overlord who absolutely would have subjugated Earth into a meme. They got alien fan cams now? Yeah. Low-key kind of like Wickwalk petition to change TikTok to that. That would be pretty funny. Lost puppy energy or your regular idiot? I cannot decide. Honestly, I can't decide right now either. It could go either way. I'd laugh if it wouldn't worsen my situation. Instead, I adjust my glasses. Wait, I don't wear glasses. Are these the ones I snatched yesterday? I take the glasses off and silently apologize to the stranger I snagged them from as I tuck them into my breast pocket. Look, they're calling him Rizless. We know what that means. We looked it up. He waited 4 whole hours for you to return, and now his reputation is tarnished. Is that the real reason I'm being arrested? No, you're being arrested as per the warrant's terms. This is but an extra transgression of yours. Okay, so I just have to date Egan to make amends, right? Where's our new date location? Prison? It was a joke, but the Orndonians look at me like I'm some kind of deranged savage. Imagine being Rizless? I don't have to imagine. I don't have to imagine. It's with great reluctance that we escort you back to the mothership. You'd do well to keep your mouth shut until then. Well, that should be easy enough. Sis, you're really going? I doubt I have another choice. Real? Shut up! I knew you were gonna say something when I said that. Shut up! Shut up! You'd have a lot more riz if you had a sick pair of shades. Hold on. If that's all I need to do, hold on. You didn't tell me it would be that easy. Ah. I didn't mean to get smaller. My dumb scroll wheel. No! I don't want to be smaller. Does it work? Do I have Riz now? Am I rizzing? Yeah, I figured as much. GG easy. The secret Rizzler. I always knew. I like these shades, actually. I like the effect on them. I've never used these before. Although, I think I have to change where they're pinned. Hold on. Well, that's not what I wanted. I want... Oh, yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, man. They match your hair? Not really. My hair's brown. Gotta admit, it gives you a bossy aura. Oh, yeah. And now just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Now I'm a boss-ass bitch CEO. Yeah. How does she get away with being so cool? I don't know, but now I have infinite Riz. You're born for it, for real? Yeah. Anyway. Put my top back on. Back to business. You could resist, but then we'd have to seal you in the transport cube. As I'm sure you've never condensed to a ninth of your size before, I suggest you come willingly. Yeah, I definitely don't want whatever that is. Okay, lead me to Egan. Let's get this over with. The inside of the mothership is concerningly clean and sterile, and everything around me glows and hums. Handsome alien A and B stand guard beside me, showing no signs of leaving. I guess they don't trust me not to bolt again, which, as ill-advised as it would be, is absolutely something I'd do. I'm terrified out of my mind, but I'm quite immaculate at masking it, all things considered. I have all those years in customer service to thank for that. A space door slides open and an alien wearing similar clothes to Egan comes through. Cheap aliens getting the small transport cube. This is why we train with tungsten cubes. True. There you are, contract violator. He dismisses the aliens that escorted me with a wave of his palm. I trust they filled you in on why you're here. Yes, sir. Good. Then I'll skip the formalities. You have violated Ornthonian dual law, but we are offering you a chance at reparations. I get it. Where's Egan? I'll apologize and then take him out on our date. Though, to be fair, he was insanely late first. I'll stop you right there, since you've clearly misunderstood the gravity of what you've done. Our prince fulfilled all his contractual obligations to you, every last one. One date is not enough to remedy that. Do I have to pay money or something? You think your measly Earthian currency would suffice for the transgressions you've committed? He glares at me like I insulted his mother. Wait, does he have a mother? How do alien families work? A single paltry handful of hours is but a scrap of paper and a blazing bonfire compared to what you owe now. What if being late for a date was illegal on Earth? So true, man. This humiliation will not stand. You must increase the amends by 3 times that of the original investment. So 3 dates instead of 1? Correct. What the... Why did he have such grandiose build-up for something he could have answered in 1 sentence? The alien unfolds a scroll. The term violator henceforth shall validate these terms with the infringed upon party. If you select any Ornthonians other than the harmed party, you will render the aforementioned dual terms void, and recompense shall be the entirety of your Earthian planet. Pardon, could you repeat that? The term violator henceforth shall validate these... No, just the last part. Recompense shall be the entirety of your Earthian planet. But I saved the world yesterday! So you did, until you left that cafe. Oh, that's how they get you, with the bloody fine print. Failure to honor all 3 dates within 1 Earthian week will render the aforementioned dual terms void, and recompense shall be the entirety of your Earthian planet. Failure to reconcile faithfully with the appropriate attitude during each date will render the aforementioned dual terms void. Recompense shall be the entirety of your Earthian planet. Any attempt to terminate this contract will render the aforementioned dual terms void, and recompense shall be the entirety of your Earthian planet. The scoring of your efforts will be observed each evening by 2 other Chief Ornthonians. I can already see it. The internet might be dunking on Egan now, but they'll be ripping me apart later. My total failure to save the world will extinguish any chance I had at descendants, and that's if the aliens don't take me out first. If you understand, then sign here, here, and here. I sign the document. 3 dates is a cheap price to pay to save the universe. The alien rolls the document back up with a jerk of his wrist. I'm pleased that you understand your situation, but displeased you asked so few questions. I have few other choices. And my heart may give out if I have to hear that Earth is the price for my failure again. Not true. You could forsake the entirety of your Earthian planet. At this point, I'm convinced this guy enjoys saying that. Where's Egan? Preoccupied. He will seek you out once he is informed. And who are the Chief Ornthonians that'll be observing us? Nabo and myself. I suggest you carefully consider how you'll offer your reparations starting now. The recompense will be your entire Earthian planet. Yeah, man. I guess it does have a certain ring to it if you say it enough times. And your name is? Ando. And what does the scoring entail? The harmed party will and must score each of the days they spend with you out of 100. Why do these dates sound like glorified job interviews? You may only leave this ship once you've hit the green button affirming you once again agree to the terms I've laid out to you, and that you understand them. The alien gestures behind me, and a switch with 2 buttons rises out of the floor. One is red, and the other is green. Once you've hit the green button, I'll remove your imprisonments. I suppose he's talking about my handcuffs. They're seriously heavy. I'd rather have them removed sooner as opposed to later. So I approach the podium with the buttons. I can't imagine Egan will score me well, considering the bad blood between us after yesterday. However, there's nothing I can do about that now. I cast a longing glance at the red button. However, I'd rather not doom the world, and I understand everything Endel said. Funny that they still give you the option. Sweating button choice meme. Forced to go on 3 dates with an alien prince, or doom your entire planet but get to stay single. It's so shiny and red. Anytime red button appear, it make you want press it even if you know bad. But it's shiny. If more than 50% of people press the green button, everybody gets to go on a date. Real. I mean, obviously, if I hit the red button, it's gonna lead to another bad ending, right? Right? Might as well if we're out here unlocking some endings. Frick dating, am I right? Unfortunately for Andel, I was born a curious gremlin. I want to know what he'll say now that I've pressed the red button. As you don't understand, I'll explain everything again from the beginning. You have violated Ornthonian duel law, which mandates all parties involved in a duel must fulfill all terms previously agreed to. Oh, this is you? Stop it. Good luck with the rest of your workday. Thank you for stopping in to watch for a little bit. Oh, I didn't know you were working on a sequel either. That's exciting. I look forward to that as well then. Oh, I did this to tease him, but he's actually explaining it again. In Greed Up, Lynn, who serves as your proxy and your guarantor, agreed to a duel of which you'd decide the terms of, and our urchin, Prince, had to fulfill. Following that duel, you two were supposed to have an amicable date at the coffee shop, One More Sip. The moment you showed up at the date location at the specified time, you agreed to the terms, whether you were informed of them or not. Ignorance is not an excuse on Ornthon. We take our promises seriously, and our duels even more so. The punishment for the party who fails to uphold their terms is typically altering their matter into something beneficial to Ornthon. However, you were spared that fate by His Highness. Instead, you must make amends in the form of 3 dates, all of which will be honored with a jovial attitude before an entire Earthian week passes. If you fail to do that in any capacity and bring further harm to what paltry dignity our prince has left, we'll seize Earth as compensation. If you understand now, kindly hit the green button. But what if I hit the red button? Worse than a bad ending, you get a story recap. But then what if I hit the red button again? But what if I hit the red button again? But what if, though? Can I trap him in exposition loop for all of time? You're stuck here with me, buddy. Red. I strike the red button again. For about 3 minutes, Endel stands across from me, back straight, glasses glinting atop his head. Just checking, but... You don't understand what I've now explained to you twice, and that's why you hit that button again. Yes? That's correct. It's a bold-faced lie. If you require information to be explained in a specific manner, I can do so. So please do inform me. Once more verbally should suffice. I see. Then, once again. You didn't fulfill your part of the agreed-upon duel terms with our prince, so you will date our prince 3 times before your Earthian week is over as compensation. We will seize Earth if our prince isn't given that compensation. I trust you understand now. Hit the green button. I tap the red button again. The longer Andel stares at me wondering if I'm serious, the funnier this gets. I've already committed. I must know how many more times I can do this. Andel takes a deep breath. Wait a minute, you said something else in there. You said Zangoth or something? Maybe it got quickly translated from alien speech. I think he called me a slur. Since you are a simpleton, I will explain in the plainest terms possible once more. If you do not date Egan, it's goodbye to your planet. Understand? And if you hit that button again, I'll speed up that process. He snaps his papers upwards. Now, the green button, if you would. This time I ought to do it. No. Red. It's too funny. I have to get the bad ending that's tied to this. Because clearly there's gonna be one. But the rebel in me hovers a palm over the red button. I bite my lip to keep a straight face at the incredulous look Endel gives me. Then I swing my palm down. And I do it again. You know, he pushed his buttons. Endel vaporized you, but it was worth it to hit that awesome button. Like, come on, it's red. Yeah, they did make them switch positions, but I can read, so I saw that red was in a different spot. You can't get me with those tricks. I know how to read. That was so fucking funny. Okay, okay. I'm guessing what would happen is the plot would have just, like, continued as it was meant to at any point when I chose to hit the green button. So, I don't think we missed much. Anyway, fine. Whatever. Green button. After a moment of consideration, I pressed the green button. My meeting with Egan started this whole fiasco. I only hope it'll be easy to fix. Other than the neat sound the button made, there's no noticeable change. Andel stifles a laugh into his palm. Why is he laughing? Now I'm nervous. Brilliant choice. I'm certain our prince will be positively bioluminescent at your decision. You may leave. He will contact you within the hour. The air around my wrists heats up, then my handcuffs clunk to the floor. Return home. If we cannot locate you within the hour, you will render the aforementioned duel terms void. Recompense shall be the entirety of your Earthian planet. Enough, dude. I understand. Thanks, Sandel. I'll do that. The spaceship doors open and a wide ramp allows me to walk down into the city center. However, unlike my convoy to the mothership, there's a mob of people below. Oh, and contract violator. Yes? Best of luck to you, as you Earthians are fond of saying. You'll need it this time. The ramp transforms beneath my feet when the door closes. I slide down to the asphalt, scuffing my jeans on the pavement in the process. Ouch! Hey, jerk! But Andel's already out of earshot. The massive crowd is full of people taking photos, dining, and chatting. There are news vans and protesters alike. It's a haunting amount of people. There she is! She finally came out! Every last person in the mob focuses on me. Miss, please tell us how it was inside the mothership. I'm sorry, I don't have time to chat. I need to head home. We only need a second. Did you get probed? People crowd me and push in so close I can hardly breathe without getting a mouthful of microphone foam or an eyeful of flash glare. How long have you been in contact with these aliens? I don't want to talk to you people. Let me pass. Does this invasion have any connection to Area 51? Why are you leaving Earth? How many inhabitable space colonies are in our solar system? Did they tell you? Please let me through. Just one question. I don't want to answer any questions, and I have something time-sensitive to do. Please move. For the sake of humankind, you ought to answer, young lady. I'm blinded by the amount of photos people take of me. Who even uses flash photography in this day and age? Ugh, Hey, stop! But the cameras keep flashing. Nausea shoots through me, as though I just played a game with terrible first-person camera physics. Never in my life have I wished Lynn was with me as much as I do now. That's enough! Egan drapes fabric over me, cutting me off from the crowd. He rests a hand on my back and guides me forward. I hold on to his arm to steady myself. Aw, what a gentleman. A line of his soldiers have parted the crowd. Though an eerie hush has fallen over them, there's finally enough room for me to walk and breathe. Supreme Leader, your route is clear. Thank you, but I'm not the primary concern. Yuno, are you okay? No, I feel sick. I can barely see thanks to all the flash photography. My grip on his arm tightens. I just want to go home. Let me assist. Liz. That's kind of sweet, actually. Aww. About 20 minutes later, we ease through my front door. He sets me down gently in the living room. Hey, water. Now. Yes, Supreme Leader. There's a tall glass of water between my palms a moment later. I drink some. It soothes my strained throat. I'm so happy to be home, but a whole news van convoy is outside, filled with people intent on invading my privacy. Lynn was right. This publicity won't go away in a day. Do you feel better? Marginally. I shall accept that as an improvement, no matter how slight. Why did you leave the mothership alone? Are you kidding? Andal dumped me outside like I was garbage. He told me to hurry home so I could meet you. You have my sincerest apologies. That will not happen again. But me getting mobbed by that crowd will. I open my mouth again, but hold my tongue after seeing Egan's troubled expression. I'm allowed to be angry, but what's the point in yelling at him specifically? According to his customs, he didn't do anything wrong following my win yesterday. And the excitement he had about meeting me was genuine. The fact that he's an alien from another planet can't be helped. I realize then how quiet it is, and that Egan's waiting patiently for me to finish. I have nothing else to say, so don't look at me like that. You seemed like you had many grievances to divulge. I did, but forget it. Then, as I may only assume, correct me if I'm wrong. I apologize again, you know. I understood Earthians were a curious bunch, but I didn't expect them to be so rude. In the interest of disrupting your life the least while fulfilling our contract, I'll do something about this. How? Not even celebrities can manage that, thanks to gossip magazines and overzealous fans. I have given you my word. Please, trust it. He has such unwavering promise in his eyes that I nod my head before I've thought any more about it. Besides, it'll be difficult to court you if we can't have any time alone together. I will return at the promised time. I glance at the clock. There's still another half an hour before I'm supposed to officially meet Egan. What exactly does he plan to do in that time? What exactly do you plan to... But he's gone. Air remains where he once stood. It won't be easy to solve the issue with the press. Egan won't be late, right? Though I suppose if he is this time around, it'd be a shortcut to me saving the universe. Guess I should shower. After all, I only had enough time to brush my teeth and make coffee before I was dragged out of the house. That very cup is still sitting on the coffee table. Shower noises. 26 minutes later, I feel more presentable than cute. It'll have to do. Egan will be here in a few minutes. Concerning Lee, I haven't seen Lynn since I returned. Lynn, you home? I send her a text when there's no reply. The front door opens. I gasp seeing my sister. She's red-faced and teary. Lynn? What happened to you?
What should I do? I may have to give them back.
Huh? Look, before that, close the door. The news vans are... She said her prep time like it was a personal best. 26 minutes. I am now presentable. I mean, she probably would have needed extra time if she wanted to look cute. So I get it. If the goal is speed. She did have a deadline, after all. Gone. All of them. The block is completely cleared. Wow. He really got rid of them all?
Yes, he did. Isn't it horrible?
Huh? My sister flails her arms.
I worked so hard to corral everyone who's anyone outside our door, but Egan ruined everything.
Wait, you called those privacy violators?
Of course! How am I supposed to monetize this if nobody can see you?
Damn it, Lynn! Have you a clue how hard it was to get home? They practically trampled me.
I'd love to get trampled! Anyone who's anybody gets trampled!
Hey, do you hear yourself?
Do you? My stream ended abruptly. I think Egan jammed the network. I can't give back all the Uber chats I got, and I promised my viewers an exclusive.
My sister seizes my shoulders and starts patting down my clothes. What? Stop! What are you doing?
Finding a spot for the body cam.
Lynn, I think you're actually crazy.
What's crazy is letting this opportunity slip after how hard I worked.
Can I live a day in this house without you hustling everyone you meet for $1? Have some integrity.
Integrity keeps you poor. Put on the cam.
Oh my god. Integrity keeps you poor is a crazy statement. Jeez, Lynn. What has gotten into you, girl? I thought you were an okay sister, but like, this is a little much. Lynn needs to leave. You need to leave. She practically tears my clothes open, but I nearly tear her hair out. Hands off! Ugh.
Ouch! Ow! Cooperate, damn it! What kind of sister are you?
Not one you can walk all over, that's for sure. The doorbell rings. Lynn and I freeze in the midst of our fight. I've put 2 fingers up her nose to fend her off, and she's got a death grip on my wrist and ear. A familiar humming gently reverberates through our home from outside. Yuno. My sister pats me down, steps back, and is the picture of excellence as she skips over to the entryway. She tugs the door open.
Brother-in-law, come in!
Oh, you shameless... Sister-in-law, it's good to see you. Egan's equally as shameless. He said that without missing a single beat. In-laws already. Oh, brother. He eases the door closed behind him and offers my sister a luxuriously wrapped package as big as her head. I heard it's Earthian custom to bring a gift for one's host.
Oh my gosh, you didn't have to, but thank you.
While she's tearing open the package with noises so shamefully gleeful, I worry our mother is preparing a slipper to throw from across the country. Egan crosses to me. I'm punctual this time. Huh? Yes, you are. Great job. Shall we head out? He gives me a once-over. You look beautifully combat ready. Oh, thanks? You too? Those pants are a brilliant choice. You like them? Exceedingly. You'll have enviable mobility. Mobility for what? Ah! My sister's excited screech distracts me. Egan's men fill our entire foyer with presents, clothing, and baskets of goods. And more keep coming. I need floor space to live here. Shush! My sister gives me a glare that all the demons in hell would tremble seeing. Brother-in-law, are all these for us too? They are. It's the least I can do, considering you're hosting us. Wait, what? Who's hosting who? The mothership was parked at your city's center until they gave me this. Egan places a yellow ticket on my palm. It's from the... Osa? Ose? I think it's Ose. It's from the Ose Police Department. Sometimes the font makes it a little bit hard to tell what is written. I think I could go change the font in the settings, but I think it's okay. Pretty ballsy of the police to ticket an alien prince. I mean, it's the police. If they can ticket something, they're going to ticket it. Your mothership was blocking a flight path and they threatened to fine you if you didn't move? Yes, so I've relocated to the airspace above your home at present. I suppose that's why he's laying it on thick with gifts. Considering he helped me out earlier, I'll let his spaceship be. Oh, you can move right in alongside the gifts. What she means is you're free to park your ship where it is. Thank you. Shall we commence with our date? Yes, let's go. I stride towards the door and Egan follows. We have to climb over the mound of gifts to make it outside the front door. Anytime I struggle with a particularly precarious bit, Egan offers me a hand and helps me. Should we assist Lynn with getting all this inside before we go? And deny her the chance to roleplay a dragon with an impressive horde? I think not. I've never heard those words in that order. What do you mean? You know, dragons and hordes of gold. Egan shakes his head. Interesting, but dating him should be my primary focus. Triple parked. They're like, we could get so much money out of this. Phew, okay. Egan and I make it downtown undisturbed. Most people give us a curious passing glance, but that's it. I don't know what he did or how, but I'm thankful. Maybe now I can enjoy the day? There's no rule stating I must be miserable while trying to save the world. Considering it's our first day, a classic date would be best. My plan is to start simple and gradually work my way up, adding interest and fun to our dates as we go. Today I've planned a simple picnic in the park with him. Here's the plan. We're going to buy ingredients from the supermarket, create the food for our picnic, and then enjoy it together in the park. What's a picnic? It's a type of outing where you pack food you make to eat outdoors. Implying that most of your Earthian meals are eaten indoors? Is a meal outside such a special rarity? I guess it is? I never thought about it deeply before. If it's such a rarity, what are they doing? Egan points at a passerby devouring a taco while he chats into an earpiece. Is that not a picnic? No, that's someone walking and eating. He's probably working. He points at a young woman on a bench finishing a crepe. Then that's a picnic? Nope, she bought that at the stall next to her. He points to a third person absolutely demolishing a bento box with rolls, onigiri, and some type of salad. No, that's a New Yorker. Ignore them. Bro, picnic maxing. We can't just call things blank maxing. What about that picnic?
Egan, us having the picnic would tell you more about it than trying to decipher what it is from various strangers.
How confounding. I'll patiently await answers on this picnic.
I laugh a little despite my situation. Now that I'm meaningfully spending time with him, this is kinda nice. Looks like he isn't holding a grudge about yesterday either. Come, we'll buy ingredients first. Think about what you'd like to eat while we shop. I grab a cart and pilot it around the supermarket, scooping up ingredients as I go.
What a peculiar instrument.
Egan stares pointedly at our shopping cart.
A container used to hold other containers of varying shapes and viscosities. Why are there holes in it?
I've never considered that before either.
Then consider it now. If its purpose is to hold things, why not make it a solid?
Probably because it's cheaper? And also so you can see what's inside?
Can one not simply stare into the cart?
Not every human is tall enough for that.
Egan gas. Makes it more aerodynamic for kart racing, and he's like, racing! Immediately tries to get into the cart. Where are these fabled little Earthians? I must take one back to Ornthon.
Unless you want a very startling title from the police, I don't think you can.
And what moniker is that?
Egan, we're here to shop, remember? Here. I tear my grocery list in half. If you would kindly fetch the rest of...
A duel at last! I've prepared myself for this moment.
Huh? Wait. He slaps the list I gave him against the alien wristwatch instrument on his arm. A shower of particles shoots out from the screen, and all the ingredients I had left to buy cycle through as holograms.
Do not kidnap Max! Shut up, dude. Did a duel. Is that certain victory from Dova Syndrome playing right now? Probably. You're finally challenging me. I'll fetch everything on this list. Count on me to complete this quest before you.
Hey, hold on! I wasn't... He races away into the store without hearing another word. Frankly, I don't trust him to return with everything we need. Hell, I didn't get to ask him what he wanted to eat at our picnic. I'd hoped to bring that up naturally while shopping.
There's something fun about racing to get ingredients before the other person, though. I can see that being a cute little date activity.
In the end, I pick up all the ingredients I need without seeing Egan again a single time. Which is why it's especially surprising when I finally spot him waiting by the entranceway, bags in hand.
Yuno, I've bested you.
Have you? This wasn't a competition.
Of course it was.
It wasn't. We're dating each other today, remember?
Guy speedrunning the store is very, very canon. He's figuring out Earth without trying. This is also very true. I also speedrun my grocery shopping. A man after my own heart. Yes, hence why we're dueling. All courtship on Ornthon is like this. Supermarket sweep. Ah. Okay, is this a safe space? Can I unironically confess to the fact that I loved Supermarket Sweep as a kid? Can I unironically confess to this information? I loved that show. It was awesome. This is a safe space. You were a kid. Yes. I loved it. There were also a couple of times where Onimama would actually try to make a supermarket sweep type mini game for me to play in the grocery store so that I wouldn't die of boredom. My favorite was Press Your Luck, but Super Sweep is top tier. Sure is. A receipt materializes on his wristwatch in 30... 30? I love talking. And 3D prints in real time. When it's finished, he passes the paper to me. Behold, my prowess of Earthian culture. He actually found all the ingredients I asked for, and it seems he was done 7 minutes after we separated. He spent a whopping $89.78. It's a staggering price, considering I told him to fetch diced chicken, celery, red onion, butterhead, lettuce, and bread. Oh, I picked all this up too. Look. Bro can probably print in 30D. Yeah, how did he get $90 worth of that amount of ingredients? Boy, oh boy. I pass him my receipt. Impossible. How come your bill is only $34.82? We collected the same items. Look at his face. That's how I feel looking at grocery receipts normally, to be honest. Me too, brother. I shop here all the time and use their coupons. Nobody can pay those inflated prices without them. They blew up my prices and that's how I lost? Oh, that's not at all... You know what? Sure. It was the corporations. Blast! I've been bested once again. $90 sounds like not a lot for groceries if it were a full cart. Maybe. Well, like I said, it was only like 5 ingredients that she told him to get. I think it's all stuff that would have maybe only added up to like... I don't know. I guess it depends on how much of each thing that he got to. You have a good point. Lands on Earth, immediately gets tourist trapped. How can a frickin' egg cost this much, face? Yeah, true. Hi, Hanaki, welcome in. Hope you've been having a good day so far. I think it also helps that the butcher here likes me. He always sets aside the best discounted meat for me. Wait till he hears about taxes when you buy and taxes when you're paid. He looks at the receipt and is like, what is a tax? And Aaron is just like, oh god, here we go. Maybe he bought it from top brands? I don't know. I don't know. We don't have enough information. Ugh, I cannot defy him, as I too would have given you a deal on my meat. Wait. What? Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that, bro. Your space lasers and star destroyers are no match for dynamic pricing. I'm gonna die. This game's pretty funny. I like it. Yeah, that phrasing. Don't laugh, Yuno. Whatever you do, don't laugh. He's very serious about that in a completely innocent way. If you're done, shall we head back to my house? Yes! I'll race you, and this time I'll win. Again, it's not a competition. We can go together. Yeah! He hefts his bags high and sprints out the door. We walked here together, but I suppose I'll be alone on my way back. I didn't intend to battle him, but if he's going to jump at every opportunity, I may as well humor him. Bro is your regular idiot. We've gotten our confirmation. He is a little dumb. I make it home and set my bags down in the foyer to rest my arms. Egan's nowhere to be seen. His spaceship is parked above our house, so I doubt he's lost. But then, where is he? Actually, I don't see him or any of the presents he gave us. Did Lynn pack up everything already? After setting the bags on the coffee table, I hunt for Egan and my sister. I open the front door and step out onto the street. I hear labored panting up the block to my right. Egan's carrying his groceries, but he's sweating profusely. Based on the gestures of the guards surrounding him, they're begging him to relinquish the bags, but he keeps refusing. He stiffens when he sees me. You've won again? He bounds over. How? I took our exact route back and didn't see you pass me. I point to the bus dropping people off across the street. Transit is hell. Vehicles were allowed? I ran for as long as I could. Egan's arms go limp. Supreme Leader, I tried to tell you. Enough. I wish to head inside. This planet's sweltering sun and heat mixed with the persistent weight of this sustenance is unbearable. He slinks inside and places his grocery bags near my sofa. He flops onto the couch and sinks back into it. As he's still breathing hard, I pass him some water. Thank you. Egan's guard materializes beside me, sprinkles a powder into Egan's water, and then vanishes. After a stir, Egan sips at it. I wonder what that powder was. When you're ready, we'll start on the food for our picnic in the kitchen. Egan nods and sits up. He's barely caught his breath, so I squeeze his shoulder and encourage him to rest longer. Protein. Laxatives. Poison. I don't know. You don't have to come now. Wait until you feel better. That time is now. Egan, you can hardly breathe. That's no excuse. I shall prepare for the next thing. This bro is my man goal. Shop with wife, find deals with wife, race wife home to put food away. It is pretty cute. Ultimately, a lot of the things he's doing are pretty charming. It's a briefest glimpse into his grueling Ornthonian schedule. No, relax. We have plenty of time before the picnic. You can stay here for a bit. I am ready. I can't get through to him. His competitiveness is too deeply ingrained. Will it be cute after the 30th time? Yeah, man. Just a little glimpse into his twisted himbo mind. Yeah, he says, welcome to my twisted mind, because he's trying to appear super edgy, but then you actually look into his brain and it's just like, I don't know, exercise. Competitive games. So I sit beside him on the couch. Our next competition takes place here. That's why I told you to stay. Yes! It's time for our next grand duel. He perks up. Yes, and the rules are this. We must relax here for 5 minutes. Whoever relaxes more wins. How will we decide the winner? I hadn't thought that far ahead, but of course he'd ask that. By, resting heart rate? That will suffice. Then let's relax. I settle into the sofa and Egan does the same. I check my watch. It's been a while since I sat down intent on doing nothing. It's harder than I remember. especially as I'm currently focused on picnic prep. I plan to make chicken salad sandwiches and egg salad sandwiches. Then I'll chop up some watermelon slices for a light snack. Bro will drop it to 0 just to win. True. We have ingredients in the cupboards for simple chocolate mousse cups, too. I think that would be fun to make with Egan. Speaking of... I glance beside me and burst into giggles when I see Egan. Bro is comfy maxing, unironically. He spawned in an eye mask, a cup of probably like a warm tea or something, and a big cuddly blanket. He's like, I'm going to win. My heart rate is going to be so calm. I can't. He's so funny. If your man doesn't look like this when you're relaxing together, is he even your man? What on earth are you doing? Relaxing the Earthian way. He's decked out with an eye mask and swathed in a cozy blanket, despite the sweltering sun outside. He's got a mug of tea in one hand and a book he can't possibly be reading without sight in the other hand. If that's what works for you, I won't disturb you. You're peculiar. You mean that as a compliment? Yes. I only find utterly ordinary things disturbing. What would an alien classify as ordinary? If I think about it too much, I'll fail at relaxing, so I close my eyes instead. 3 neat beeps eventually go off once 5 minutes have passed. Time's up. Egan sheds the blanket and lifts his eye mask. 2 cucumbers flop onto his thighs. Brother. Actually legitimately comfy maxing. I believe you won this one. Congratulations. The guards who have been following Egan around materialize. Pardon the interruption, but based on the terms of the duel, you are the winner, Yuno. What the... How did I win at relaxing? Each of them taps their wrist and digitized information flashes across the screen. Your resting heart rate was 62 compared to our Supreme Leader's heart rate of 142. Oh my god! Brother! 142? Resting heart rate? How much anxiety does this guy have? What? Bro was running while resting. Yes, thank you for complimenting my shades. They represent my Riz. Bro, day spa 5 minutes ago. That's what I'm saying. Jesus. That's high. One screen has a steady heartbeat, while the other is racing so fast you could stuff it in a sports car and speed off. Have you been successful yet? No. We are still on the first date. There's 3 total. Granted, there was a bit of a really long prologue here. We're here for a little bit. Why is your heart beating so fast? Are you okay? Egan hides behind one of his palms. I was nervous sitting here next to you. I like you too much. That's... I stifle my laughter, but not very well. He gives me a half-hearted glare when I really break out into a fit. What a dork. Look at his little pout. Bruh. He's so silly. I don't think his heart will keep him around much. Their later dates are dead on arrival. True. Get rizzed, Earthian. You know, please, this planet needs this. I'm trying the best I can. I can't control the fact that his heart's going crazy. What am I supposed to do? I'm part of the problem. It's not like I can calm him down. If I do anything, it'll make it worse. It's pretty funny. You're adorable, Egan. Adorable? I can take that as a positive emotional response, correct? Yes, you can. Come with me. I grasp Egan's hand and tuck him up from the sofa. In the kitchen, Egan stands beside me. We have all our ingredients on the counter. Our next duel is making food for our picnic. We're making egg sandwiches, chicken salad sandwiches, cutting watermelon, and making chocolate mousse for dessert. The goal is to make the food as aesthetically pleasing as possible within the time limit. I want to be out of here in an hour. The timer starts as soon as we settle on who's making what. I glance up at the crowd of aliens on the other side of my counter. As any good sibling would, I lump my sister in with them. They clap for Egan and I as if we're professional chefs streaming recipes. Sounds quite educational. Supreme Leader, we're rooting for you!
Woo! Go sis! This is a much-needed break from editing my haul video.
Well, now I know what Lynn was doing. She must have had her headphones on upstairs when I called her. Thanks, but you don't need to cheer. We're doing simple cooking.
My bets are on my sister winning this. She's a stellar cook. I'd know. She's fed me for years.
That may be so, but our Supreme Leader has an impeccable palate. I'll bet you Earthians have never had Cosmoroni.
I haven't. We should fix that.
I like how you can see Ian's face, like, looking all around it while listening to other characters talk. It's cute. It's a favorite touch of mine when they have the sprites switch like that. Lynn sticks her hand out to the aliens. Two of them hurriedly slap their wristwatches and hunt for what I presume is the recipe. For my sanity, I pretend I no longer know her. Egan, I think it's only fair if we each make one dessert and one sandwich. When you say sandwich, you're talking about that food that uses 2 pieces of bread with a filling between them, yes?
I am. I'll let you go first. Choose what you want to make.
Name Lynn your colors, preparing for Kaya's personality to confirm a true hybrid.
Interestingly enough, Egan chooses to make...
Does this choice matter, or is it just for the flavor? With watermelon, my god. Well, the watermelon is meant to be like a treat. The watermelon isn't going to be on the sandwich, if that's what your concern is. The 2 options for sandwiches are chicken salad and egg salad, and then you also get the watermelon slices as a snack and mousse as dessert. She explained this like 3 separate times. But I guess we'll see. Because that's gonna be what I have him make.
The chicken salad sandwiches and the watermelon slices for our picnic. Although he's a planet conqueror, I verify he can slice watermelon into neat triangles before I turn away from my own tasks. I get eggs boiling on the stovetop, set aside the ice bath for them, and portion out everything else for the filling in the meantime.
I hope he makes a chocolate mousse by accident. That would be pretty funny. He just accidentally creates life.
I do the same with the chocolate mousse, then fetch small mason jars to spoon the finished mixture into. As I'm pulling the hand mixer from the cupboard, my timer for the eggs goes off. I transfer the eggs to the ice bath, then mix the heavy cream, chocolate, and vanilla extract into mousse. The aliens clap as I portion the mousse into the mason jars, add a dollop of whipped cream, and shave some of the remaining chocolate on top. Once it's transferred to the fridge, I peel the eggs, press the yolks through a sieve, and mash the entire mixture together to create the filling. I wrap 4 filled sandwiches in cling wrap and place them in the fridge. They need to chill before I can cut them aesthetically enough to win the challenge. Since I have some free time, I snack on a few squares of leftover chocolate. I am once again reminded that baking chocolate is too bitter to be eaten like a regular chocolate bar. Enough time has passed. I unwrap the sandwiches, slice off the crusts, and slice them horizontally so that they maintain their shape in the glass container. I pull out my dessert and display it beside the sandwiches. I'm no professional chef, but it's a beautiful spread. And I finished everything with 15 minutes left to spare. The scent of fresh bread stops me. The kitchen is also several degrees hotter, which makes sense since I hear the oven door shutting beside me. The aliens clap and there's a familiar plonk of a baking sheet. Amazing work, Supreme Leader! Your sandwiches are of unparalleled beauty! I'm confused about what those are, but the spirit's there. Egan's sandwiches lay on the baking sheet I usually make cookies on. Said sandwiches are actually puff pastries. He made puff pastry? What the heck? He cuts one in two and the steaming filling pours out. They're stunning, and I'm impressed by the beautifully golden brown exterior. But a puff pastry isn't a sandwich. My sister lunges up with her phone and snaps photos of my food and Egan's. I've finished but a few seconds after you this time, Yuno. I point at Egan's tray. What are those? Sandwiches. Those are puff pastries with a filling. A sandwich needs bread. Watch out, we got a sandwich purist here. I mean, true. Also, what kind of filling is it? There is bread. I used the entire sliced loaf to make the required dough. How? What? That shouldn't be possible. Yeah. Besides, we call a slab of ice cream between 2 cookies a sandwich. There's no bread involved there at all. Lynn, be quiet if you aren't helping me. She draws a fake zipper across her lips and returns to snapping photos. Would you kindly try the sandwich I've made before you reject it? A filling between bread, he rules lawyered you. I was just thinking that. Like, they could actually very easily in this situation. Anyway, I'm gonna taste it. It's probably yummy. Fine, I'll give it a try. Our audience claps as I collect the piece Egan offers me. Just lifting the pastry emphasizes its luxuriousness. The alluring, flaky, golden brown exterior and the scent of the gently baked filling. I swallow to keep from salivating and chomp into the pastry. Oh. It was so delicious that you forgot your entire argument and the meaning of your existence. Do you ever just have such a good sandwich that you just forget who you are? I love that that counts as an ending. Yeah, sure, man. Okay. It wasn't a sandwich. Well, I mean, it was apparently good, whatever it was. How many endings did you get thus far? 1... 2... No, this is where I got it. 2... 3... I think like 3 or 4 at this point. Because we also got like, the insta bad end from the beginning of the game. So I think we've gotten like 3 or 4 endings. I haven't really been getting them in order, if that's what you're asking. I pull my sandwiches closer. No, we're not doing that. Look, these are sandwiches.
Mine are also sandwiches.
Must we argue semantics and terminology? What you've made is a puff pastry. Is a puff pastry at worst and a pie at best.
And what is a pie by definition?
A baked dish of fruit or meat and vegetables, typically with a top and base of pastry, which is what you made.
Can we not then argue the same for sandwiches?
Pies and sandwiches are drastically different.
As we've reached a stalemate on this, we should resolve it democratically. Lynn, if you would.
My sister pops up beside Egan and me. Her fingers fly across her phone. When she finally shows it to us, there are trending polls across various social media sites. She's placed a photo of the food Egan and I made wherever she could. Unfortunately, we can't see the results without voting. As the web needs time to work its magic, you two should get out of here. Enjoy your date. She hands me a neatly packed picnic basket and my head spins.
When did she pack our food?
Lynn's corralling us towards the front door before I can get my bearings. Off you go, kiddos! Leave the cleanup to us and enjoy yourselves.
Wait a second.
Go on, get out. Bye-bye.
You dare withhold the results of our duel?
Yeah-huh. Toodaloo.
The door slams.
I stand outside on the street with Egan.
No matter how many times I encounter her, I cannot decode the true demeanor of your sister.
Give up on that. You'll be better off. She's always been a whirlwind. I'm embarrassed by Lynn's haphazard matchmaking, yet Egan laughs as if he's having the time of his life.
Money? Easy? Maybe a little bit. You have a fine family. I imagine you have a surplus of fond memories.
If you could call it that.
I have, and shall continue to do so.
What's with that smitten look?
May I finally unravel the mystery of a picnic?
Yeah, I'll get us to the park. The sun is hot enough to fry an egg even on the grass, but we find a spot in the shade. It's one of those days where it's the perfect temperature in the shade, but hot enough to burn in a few minutes in the sun. Egan holds the basket while I set up our picnic.
Picnics require blankets. Observed.
It's not required, but it certainly makes things comfier. I point to the bottom left corner of the blanket furthest from the tree. Set the basket down over there. We'll use it as a weight for that side of the blanket.
What will weigh down the other 3 corners?
We will. I pat the spot beside me on the blanket.
I'm unfamiliar with that gesture.
It means come join me.
Oh, it's an invitation.
He sits on the blanket beside me and leaves about a forearm's worth of space between us. The wind blows the comforting scent of his shampoo and the faint undertone of coconut in my direction. I hand him an empty plate as I unpack our lunch.
Do all picnics require 2 participants?
No, you can picnic alone. It's just uncommon. What would you like to eat?
Everything you made.
He accepts the jar of chocolate mousse I hand him, along with a spoon. Egan scoops out a spoonful of mousse experimentally, before popping it in his mouth. His face lights up as he savors the dessert. We devour our mousse cups in silence before I portion out the sandwiches. The chicken pastries Egan made are noticeably soggier than earlier, thanks to the steam and condensation from being packed without cooling. He declines the pastries, but accepts a generous helping of the egg salad sandwiches I made. Before he can take a bite, an alien guard materializes and sprinkles a powder onto his sandwich. Oh, cute! We finally get to see what she looks like.
That hairstyle's crazy. Hmm. He's looking at her so sweetly, though. That's a cute CG. It's been 84 years. We finally got another CG gamers. Let's go. What kind of hair is that, sister? I know. I'm kind of looking at that hairstyle like, I wouldn't pick it. Yuno buns? Okay, no. My buns are smaller and more elegant than those. The ones that she has are more like space buns, which are like messier. My buns are more elegant and also sit on top of my head while hers are near the bottom. They are not the same. We're not the same, she and I. More like meatballs. Yeah, I guess they do kind of look like meatballs. I see why an alien picked her hair out of this world. Ba-bum, shish. Very funny. Good jokes. We make good jokes around here. We eat and mutually enjoy silence once more. However, there are small interruptions whenever Egan grunts in approval while eating. The double off-shoulder braid explains the game overs. It's difficult for me not to do the same, considering Egan's take on a sandwich is delicious. It tastes like how I imagine winning the lottery when you're down on your luck feels, and that's with it being slightly soggy. I can't imagine how mind-blowingly delicious it would have tasted fresh out of the oven. It was so mind-blowingly delicious that you forgot who you were. I can tell you, I come from an alternate timeline. It was just so delicious that you forgot you're an argument and also your own personal existence. Sometimes it really do be like that. Actually, it's better I didn't try it. It's a simple recipe, yet the way Egan made it is tasty enough to make me stupid with delight. I wonder how the bro eats with the ahoge in front of his POV while eating. I mean, there's probably some sort of instinctual, like, head tilting that he does to get it out of the way. And, you know, aliens might eat differently from how humans do. Who's to say? What would it be like to eat food this tasty every day? Damn, she's already thinking about spending a life with him. These are delectable. Likewise. I'm curious about your limitations. What can't you do? Oh, plenty. How about you? Currently, the only thing I can't do is best you. I don't know about that, Chief. This pastry sandwich is one good crunch away from giving me an existential crisis. If we're dueling now based on the taste of the food we made, you definitely win. No, the honor of victory is yours. Taste is but one factor. Your natural cooking skills left me mesmerized. Nah, I learned to cook to care for my sister. It was the least I could do after she left our hometown with me, when I selfishly wanted better than what we had. Do Earthians consider such a motive selfish? Some people do. Are you still a wanderer? Not anymore. I've planted my roots here in Ose. It's a lovely place. What about you? What's Ornthon like? It's busy, but it's home. I've never once run out of tasks since the day I was born. He's that busy? That's insane. And if that's the case, then... how often has he actually gone home? You take frequent breaks, right? Take breaks from who? I'm quite solid, and I won't be altering my matter anytime soon. Or are you worried about the mothership? I assure you our safety system is top of the line. I laugh, but cover my mouth with my palm since I'm mid-sandwich bite. Not break as in fragile or a safety feature. I meant break as in you take time to rest, eat, and sleep. I don't quite follow. You sleep, right? Only as I must to keep my mind sharp. Sounds like plenty of people I know.
And you eat?
I do, but it's different from what you're imagining. Ornthonians take tablets as sustenance. The tablets contain all the nutrients we require.
I'm guessing that's what that powder is? Can you not take in nutrients from what you're eating now?
I can, but it's an infinitesimal amount.
Egan tugs his mouth wide open enough that I can see inside. He has strange, neat lines along his cheeks, with rows of filament nested inside. It reminds me of fish gills.
That's a little gross. Running a multi-planet empire, bro has 17,000 things to do during the slow hours. Very true. Because of these, powder is absorbed better. Solids, however, are a challenge.
That's fascinating. What happens if food gets stuck in there?
Then my tongue becomes my primary removal implement. It's why solids are an enjoyable challenge.
Do you lick and prod at it until it comes out?
Usually, but there are other tools on the mothership I may use if necessary.
Can I see your tongue? His tongue is far longer than expected, and there are sharp points similar to, papilla?
I think so you say that?
Papilla at the tip. To my naked eye, everything else about it seems normal, but I'm sure much more would be revealed if I studied it under a microscope. He rolls most of his tongue back into some kind of storage pocket on the bottom of his mouth. When he's done, it's about the size of a normal human tongue. I am fascinated, but it would be inappropriate to examine any more of your anatomy during this picnic. Egan laughs.
You're more than welcome to do so if you leave this planet with me.
My face heats up. Bless me.
But what is bro insinuating here? So she's a freak too? Maybe a little bit. Your turn for phrasing?
Is he flirting with me? Don't offer again. I don't have enough willpower to say no. When he opens his mouth, I stuff some of his sandwich in it. Tempt me not. Egan's eyes crinkle with deep amusement as he chews. I've barely recovered by the time he swallows.
You're quite blasé. I figured my earlier disclosure may scare you.
I gasp and tilt back with fake shock. I'm offended that you haven't noticed how much of a freak I am.
Oh, see, she admitted it, guys. She is a freak. That is... a joke?
Yes, it's a joke. I'm having a great time with you. You could split your face in 3 and spit acid, and I'd still eat sandwiches like this with you.
Splitting one's face and spitting acid is more a Zhuzhkuk's trait. Their manners are rather impeccable, considering.
What? Enough, you're only making me more curious. He leans closer as I cackle. His eyes glint with mirth.
If I'm back in your good graces, I'd like to do that thing we did earlier.
What thing?
That thing with our hands.
You'll have to be more specific. He takes my hand in his.
This.
Right. I held his hand when I guided him to the kitchen. Oh,
No?
It's okay, but we still have to eat the watermelon.
They're kind of cute. I'm dying, I think. High heart rate, massive energy needs, roll up tongue, okay hummingbird. hummingbird genes.
We each grab a slice of watermelon with our free hands. As before, an alien guard materializes and sprinkles a powder onto his watermelon. Egan holds it flat enough for his guard to coat one side. Then he flips it over to the other side. So what exactly is that powder anyway?
It's a nutrient-rich plankton native to Ornthon. It's easy to culture and harvest, making it practical for long voyages.
Does it taste good?
Taste is impertinent. It serves its purpose, satisfying all our nutritional needs.
Can I try some?
Egan offers his slice of watermelon to me. I lean in to take a small nibble. And it tastes awful. The powder adds a chalky texture to the watermelon, and the flavor has taken on a bitter saltiness with an almost meaty aftertaste. Ew. On a watermelon too? Yuck. Ew. Yuck. Ew. If he takes nutrients, what's he doing with the produced waste? I don't know. Probably not something that they're going to want to talk about while they're still eating. Egan suppresses a laugh behind his hand as he watches me struggle to maintain my composure. I quickly dig into my untainted watermelon, trying to cleanse the offensive taste from my mouth. I've been told it's something of an acquired taste. You couldn't have said something before offering some to me? Would it have dissuaded you? Ugh. He's got me there. That's cute. Literally protein powder, bad protein powder. Ugh. But it's plankton! Doesn't that mean it's technically alive too? Yuck. Ew, yuck, ew. Ew, nasty ew.
It's an incredibly enjoyable day, and we stick around in the park chatting until the sun sinks and the soft orange glow of sunset illuminates us.
We don't know if he's constipated. They might have different biological needs when it comes to expelling waste. They said most of the time when they eat food, it's through the supplement tablet thingies that like quickly dissolve into the gills, the not gills. I don't know, bro. Don't be gross.
It's well after 9 p.m. when Egan escorts me home. Only when I'm safely on the front step does he release my hand. I pivot and clasp our picnic basket in both palms.
Yuno, today was a pleasure. Thank you.
You're welcome. I had a good time too. There's a lull in our conversation.
I understand I'll see you tomorrow, yet the disappointment of parting exists all the same.
It's the same for me. Egan clasps his hands behind him. I kick a stone off our front step. The hum of the spaceship above us fills the silence. It's surreal. Don't I have to come up to the ship for that evaluation?
You're right.
He covers his face, then snaps to attention.
How could I have forgotten something so crucial?
Probably because you relaxed for the first time in your life.
Is that what relaxing does? It makes you forgetful?
Being overly tense does the same thing, so I don't know what to tell you.
We don't yet have the results of our cooking competition either.
I'll check in with Lynn to see where we're at with that. Let me brush my teeth, change my clothes, and then I'll come to the ship for my evaluation.
I shall eagerly anticipate your arrival.
Do more than anticipate it. It's a race.
Egan jolts. Wait, it's a duel?
I rush inside, making the best use of my head start.
See, she's getting into it now. She's turning everything into little mini competitions with him. It's cute. I return outside in 9 minutes. 2 familiar guards await my arrival. Handsome alien A and B, it's good to see you. Every time we see you, you are stranger, Earthian. And every time I see you two, you're more Bishonen than last time. Take me up into the ship, please. She knows the word Bishonen. She broke the fourth wall. I'm beamed inside the familiar purple and blue room, but I don't see Egan. Egan? Are you here? You must be the infamous contract violator I keep hearing about. A deep, velvety voice I've never heard before addresses me from the gloom. The alien it belongs to steps into the light, and I hold my breath seeing him. Oh, this must be the muscle guy that they were talking about earlier. He's nothing like Egan, Andel, or any of the other aliens I've met. He looks like I expected a planet-conquering alien to be, with his broad, muscular build, scars, and overbearing countenance. He looks alright. Egan's the same height as me. Andel is shorter than me. But this alien is so tall that I feel like an ant gazing up at the breadth of an oak tree. The way they spoke about you, I thought you'd be taller. As well as less... His crimson eyes flick over me. Friend-shaped. Thank you? And you are? We won't be relevant to each other following this conversation, so there's no need for formal introductions. That's offensive. Egan and I are getting along great. Seems you haven't considered that may be the primary reason why we won't be relevant to one another. Is that a ribbon on his wrist? I think that's the communicator. Because I believe the other alien sprites that we've seen have that too. I think that's the, like, wristwatch communicator thing that their species uses. So no, not a ribbon. Have I offended you somehow by coming here? Everything offends Nabo, contract violator. Feel free to ignore him. He's such a hulking bulk of muscle that I doubt that's possible. Hi, Andel. Good evening. Nice top. Can I steal this? I want this top. The space door to my left opens and Egan rushes out. His PJs are adorable. He looks so cute. Also, nice shades. Now I match with him. But why is he suddenly wearing glasses? Actually, everyone on this ship is except Andel, whose glasses are on his head. Also, seeing Andel beside Egan and Nabo, it registers just how short Andel is. Maybe he's got that rancid attitude to make himself seem bigger. Blast! I thought I made it. Andel lifts his stack of papers. It obscures his lips like a fan would for a stereotypical noble lady. Me! Me! That's referencing me! I do that! I do that! Haha! I do that! That's literally me! She beat you although you were aboard this ship. You're the most disappointing specimen I've ever had the displeasure of knowing. Hey, that's harsh. Harsh is the only language Andel speaks. Fortunately, he only speaks it to Egan. But Egan's lovely. He's thousands of times better than any politicians we've had in the last several decades. Oh my. Fortunately, you're young, Earthian. There's time yet for you to develop an accounting for taste. Wow. His remarks cut straight through the heart, huh? Andel, you may be as rude to me as you wish, but be courteous to our guest. Better yet, shall we proceed with the evaluation? I feel my lifespan decreasing with every second I'm in your proximity. Glorified crown-wearing urchin that you are. Imagine your crush comes to your home and everyone in the family roasts you in turn. I feel like that's a very typical experience for families, no? Like when you finally take a partner in to meet the family and your family just like lets all the walls down immediately to start roasting you. I always think about, whenever I think about situations like this, I remember when I was taking Japanese classes in college, my professor mentioned that it's a big thing in Japan to kind of like talk down the accomplishments of your kids. Like whenever people start like complimenting them or whatever, you're just like, oh, whatever, they're not that big a deal. But she specifically mentioned that whenever people complimented her son, she'd be like, oh no, he's a monkey. So I always just think about how funny it is to think of like a girl coming over to like hang out to hang out with her son, and she's just like, thank you for taking care of my monkey son. It's just, I always kind of think of that sort of mindset. So, you know, some families really are just like this. Some cultures are also just like this. That's the mom classic. Mine would tell all my most embarrassing stories. Yeah. I feel pretty lucky that Onimama mostly just left me alone with whoever my guest was. She wouldn't really barge in too much unless she felt like she had to for something. No embarrassing shared stories for me. Yippee. My apologies for Andel once again, Yuno. Let us score today so you may be on your way. A screen rises up from the floor before Egan, and a platform beneath my feet raises me above the others. Egan taps a few buttons on his watch, and a digital screen forms before me. The amendment score for day 1 of 3 is... The numbers jump around before my eyes, scrolling impossibly fast as though I tugged a lever on a gambling machine. The end shows a 0, and the second column is another 0. A number 1 falls in the final spot. My score is 100? Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. 100 is rather generous. I thought you'd give her 10 at most. I lucked out getting chosen by Egan. I've been here all of 10 minutes and his crewmates are unbearable. Congratulations, Earthian. You survived the first day. Why do you phrase it like that? Because you may be vaporized any day you fail horribly enough. What? You can't do that! But I can. It was in one of the clauses on the document you signed. Oh, you horrible little... Unfortunately, I don't have the pleasure of subjecting Egan to that today. A shame, really. There's seriously something wrong with Andel for him to say that with a smile. You're free to leave. We'll see you tomorrow evening for the evaluation. Andel gestures behind me and the space door opens. I get chills remembering how fast it collapsed into a ramp, so I don't step on it just yet. I notice the crinkling of Andel's eyes. The contract violator learns. What a feat. I can't say the same about the overgrown algae we call Prince. I have a name, you know. Does the half-wit address you by it? Well, yes. Then it's irrelevant to me. Good evening to you. Andel. He stalks away without a single glance backward. Wow, what a piece of work. Ignore him. I'll escort you back home. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I got distracted just now because the neighbors are screeching outside. I heard a lot of screaming earlier too. But those kids are going crazy out there. Yikes. Him. Good thing it doesn't pick up on my microphone. I suck in a deep breath when Egan and I are back on my front porch. Calling the demons, I guess? Yeah, I guess so. But they're like straight up screeching. And I'm just like, can we chill? Can we calm down a little? He pulls off his glasses and places them on his watch. The instrument absorbs it in a puff of particles. Why the glasses, by the way? It's an Andal measure. After a certain time of night, he refuses to perceive anyone without spectacles. I now have a deep understanding of how you've been single for so long. Meaning? Nabo and Andal are rude enough to scare most people off. Does that mean I cannot enjoy your company tomorrow? No, I'll come over. Ah, well, I suppose you must for the sake of your planet. Even if the Earth wasn't at stake, I'd come check on you. I meant what I said. It's been a while since I've had that much fun. Then I'll look forward to our competitions tomorrow. Enjoy your rest. You too. I slip inside and collide with Lynn. Youch! Hey, what were you doing so close to the door?
Eavesdropping? You two had such a good mood going on until you visited that spaceship. Speaking of, what is it like inside? I waved like a madwoman while you were gone, but nobody beamed me up.
You don't want to go up there. Egan's the only nice one.
Oh, don't be so hard on them. They probably woke up on the wrong side of the bed or stepped in some water after donning fresh socks.
First, none of them wear socks, and second, that's so alarmingly specific. Actually, I'm far too tired to get into it with you now. Forget it.
Chin up! They probably need time to warm up to you. The aliens who helped me clean up were kinder than I thought. Speaking of...
Lynn sticks out her tongue. It's a gradient from purple to navy, and hundreds of white spots speckle her tongue like the night sky. Oh, they even changed her sprite. It looks kind of furry from this angle, though. I don't know if I like that.
Don't eat Cosmoroni. My tongue's been like this since you left. No amount of scrubbing has changed that. The process of making it melted all our good bakeware, too.
It what? Who's going to replace that?
Don't have a heart attack. I've already replaced it. Can we chat about something that matters now? How was your date with Egan?
Oh no, we're not getting into that. I still have 2 days left. I'm heading to bed.
No, party pooper. Wet blanket, stick in the mud, grumpy umpkins.
I walk away and head upstairs. With whose money? Hopefully her own. Or maybe part of their gifts were a bunch of money. Because they did, like, shower them with gifts before they went out, so... I don't know.
Please, sis, you have to tell me. I've been dying to know.
I figured you'd be too busy flaunting on social media to wonder.
Am I so heartless in your mind? I was super worried when they took you away this morning. But I figured things went well since the sky didn't go all weird.
Thank you for your vote of confidence.
If you really hate Egan, I'll figure something out so you never have to see him again.
That won't be necessary. He's a bit clumsy, but he's... he's okay. He's alright. Silly. I think he's cute. Yeah, you could choose to say hilarious. The only correct one? Oi. Now. I mean, he is hilarious. But I do also think he's cute. He has a lot of charms. He's been very gentlemanly with her, all things considered.
He has his charms. I like him. So I'm gonna say cute.
He's cute. Both in personality and looks. My sister gasps, then squeals and throws her hands up and does a happy dance.
Yes! Oh my god, yes! That's amazing news! You two are uber duper cute together! Remember when I told you he was a cute alien and you were all, of face?
Yes, I remember.
Yet here we are now! My cranky sister found someone she likes!
Like is a stretch. And hey, I'm not cranky. I'm practical.
Which is totally why you carry a sewing kit, a massive water bottle, and a multi-tool everywhere, right?
And you were thankful for it every time we needed any of them, if I recall. Lynn tosses herself on my bed and scoots over.
I'm really happy for you, you know? I was super afraid this wouldn't work out. You were superbly pissed waiting in that cafe, and I thought I'd all but ensured you'd grow old with 100 cats.
I might still want 100 cats. Crazy. $100 dogs is better. 100 million would be best. If I were being real, I would choose this one, so I'm gonna pick it. We'll see what happens. 100 cats? You know I'm a dog person.
Woof! But seriously, if that's what you want instead, I'm totally behind you. Preferably about a block or two over to spare myself the smell.
Are you done taking up my bed?
Nah, I think I can spread out a little longer. Treat me as part of this mattress.
I plop my pillow onto my sister's face and flop onto her. Her scream is muffled thanks to all the crushing.
Ugh, you brute!
I ease up and she stands. Lynn?
What's up?
It was chaos at first, and there's still potential for it to become that way again.
Yeesh, if you're going to praise me, leave off all that other stuff, won't you?
Yes, yes. Thank you. It wasn't so bad to get out of the house and spend time with someone else for once. She taps her phone and wipes an imaginary tear away from her eye. Oh no, not the recording! My voice spews out of her device.
Perfect. I'll play this anytime you're in one of those I'm right about this moods.
Hey, delete that! I lunge for her, but she dodges.
Absolutely not. I worked hard for this. I'll play this at your celebration of life.
Lynn! Yeah, I would have chosen 100 of both cats and dogs if I could have, but the options were yes, 100 cats, no, 100 dogs, or 100 million cats. If there was a fourth answer that was just an animal army, I would have chosen that in a heartbeat. My morning starts off easy and without any interruptions. I sleep in for an hour, take a long shower, then browse the internet for a good while. True sibling behavior? True. Well, I have to take your word for it because I don't have siblings. If you think this is accurate, great. My peace shatters when I step into a kitchen full of guests I didn't know we'd be having. Andel's seated at our dining table finishing the last of a plated breakfast. Nabo's across from him, scrolling a digital screen from his wristwatch. Oh, and his feet are on my table. Well, you certainly know how to take your time. It's a skill our half-wit could stand to learn. Excuse me, Nabo, your feet? Lynn and I eat there. Move them yourself if it bothers you. He keeps scrolling, so I storm over and tug them off the table. Or try to. My hand phases through him and his pixels distort before his visage solidifies again. Does Yuno have a favorite breed of dog? I like small dogs. I talked about this a little bit before, but I like small dogs. I like toy breeds. I like little terriers a lot. For a long time growing up, my favorite breed was like a Yorkie, and I really wanted like a miniature Yorkie. I wanted a little tiny fluffy dog. But they have a lot of fur and they shed a lot, so probably not ideal for me. I also really like West Highland Terriers. They're like little white terrier puppies. They're very cute. I like Dachshunds. I like Schnauzers. I like I don't know. I like a lot of dogs. I like dogs very much. At least it's not Pomeranian. What? Poms are cute too. I actually do really like Pomeranians. I got a Shih Tzu. It is my support. Love her so much. Oh, I also love Shih Tzus. I think my spirit animal is probably actually a Shih Tzu. I love them. They're cute. But yeah, any small dog I really love. I do also like big dogs. I call every dog I see a puppy. But if I was going to own a dog, it would probably be a tiny one. I'm a cat person. That's fair. I like cats too. I've warmed up to them more.
Don't worry about him. He's actually on the mothership.
Nabo gives me a hand wave as if to say, see, no harm done. But that's entirely not the point. I don't care if your feet are real or not. Get them off my table.
Actually, who let you two into our home? I did. I made breakfast for everyone because Egan said it'd be nice for all of us to formally meet.
Lynn gestures to the empty dishes before her.
But Andel ate it all.
And we appreciate your gracious hospitality.
How could you eat all the breakfast?
The courteous thing to do is have a little and leave enough for everyone else.
Eating is the privilege of the victorious.
They can't possibly think this is acceptable. I need to do something. Older sister energy. I mean, I'm also kind of pissed off that they're acting so entitled around here. I would unleash older sister energy. Alright, Queen, time to go sicko mode. Will it result in a bad ending? Potentially, but it'll be worth it. Oh, I've had it. I don't know where these two learned their manners, but it won't matter in a moment.
Lynn, did Egan mention how long he'll be away for? He didn't, but he left because he said there was something he needed to grab. Then watch the front door, please. I need to have a chat with these two.
My sister swallows as I ease off my house flip-flops. She bails as if she can't get away fast enough.
I wonder how you've treated your sister for her to run like that. You need not be curious long. You're about to find out. Though she's never been the recipient of it, as she knows better the moment she feels my aura.
Talking about manners felt more like the mature aunt energy. Well, she's also like the primary, I don't want to necessarily say guardian, but she takes care of her sister, so that she considers this like sisterly energy. She's too young to be an auntie. Contract violator. Why are you approaching me? You... Slam, wham, crash. Yeah, get his ass. Kill him. My morning is lovely, bright, and sunny, and it hasn't had any interruptions. I slept in like a baby, took a long shower, and browsed the internet for at least an hour. I'm currently relaxing in the kitchen, while the ever-so-kind Nabo and Andel treat Lynn and I to breakfast. The welcoming sizzle and the scent of cooking eggs, bacon, and sausages, accompanied by fresh toast, is amazing. You two are so nice! Right, Lynn? My sister, who is sweating profusely beside me, nods. I can't wait till Egan arrives and sees how wonderful you two are to us. Nabo? I like my eggs over easy. He obediently adjusts the heat. My sister also takes 3 spoonfuls of sugar in her coffee, Andel. Isn't that right? It is. Oh my god! She really did kill this guy! Serves him right. Nabo's a funny name to me. In my language, it means neighbor. Cute. Andel sets Lynn's coffee down gently before her after adding the instructed amount of sugar. She sucks air in through her teeth upon seeing Andel's swollen face, but quickly coughs to hide it. He delivers my coffee next, and I take a relaxing, deep sip of it. There's no morning better than this. Nabo sets a plate of food before Lynn and me. Yuno, I heard you're awake. Egan cheerfully enters through the kitchen door. He plops into the unoccupied seat beside me. My heart does a little flip seeing him. I'm so happy to see you, His eyes widen when he sees Nabo and Andel. You two? What happened? What Exogorth attacked you? Go get treated on the mothership. Andel and Nabo share a look before staring out the window. If they out me to Egan, they're in for another world of pain. We angered a force we shouldn't have. Thankfully, my polite smile is enough warning for them. The danger, Ahoge. Yeah, sticking straight up like they're in trouble. What cosmic force was that? Doesn't matter. We lost a duel to them. It matters. I must best this formidable opponent either of you could overcome for the pride of Ornthon. Andel sighs deeply. And then we've already lost. Huh? What do you mean? He studies his comrades, then his eyes fall on me. I swallow. Did he put 2 and 2 together? I'd rather not apologize, considering how Nabo and Andel acted in my home. But Earth is on the line. Perhaps I shouldn't have been so rash? Before I catch the emotion in Egan's eyes, he closes them. Well, I hope you two learned a valuable lesson. It's healthy to be humbled whenever you drift too close to a solar flare. Both of them are like, ugh. We'll consider the lesson masterfully learned, right? Right? Egan showing some big brother energy there. I feel like he's kind of more middle child considering their Energizer bar height differences. But I could also be wrong. Solar flares, solar flip-flops. Right. Although Egan smiles, both Nabo and Andel tense. Their combined unease is an additional physical presence crowding the room. It leaves me curious about how exactly Egan leads his fleet. Please, do enjoy your breakfast, Lynn. You too, beloved Yuno. I think beating up Nabo and Andel has unintentionally made Egan more into me. I clear my throat, determined to move on. I will enjoy breakfast, but what about you? Have you eaten? He loses all interest in his comrades as he focuses on me. I had a tablet, but I thought it would be enjoyable to consume solids alongside you this morning. You don't have to. Perhaps not, but sustenance tastes better in your company. Unleashing Big Sister energy did not lead to world end. Yeah, I'm guessing if we let... I don't know what would have happened if we let the other two walk all over us, but maybe... I don't know. I need a girl who beats my crew's arse for me. That's true. He doesn't really stick up to them as much. Or maybe they challenge him in ways that they know wouldn't result in a full reaction. Who's to say? Lynn's practically feral from glee at Egan's obvious flirtation. His gaze rests on the various empty platters on the table. Unfortunately, it seems I dilly-dallied too long. The food's been consumed. You can have some of my breakfast if you'd like. I wouldn't dare. We have a whole day together. I wouldn't want you to be hungry. A tablet shall suffice. My hunger isn't like your hunger. I guess that's okay, but I'm still worried. You wanted to eat with us. How could I not? You wanted to sit. I mean, I guess the problem, though, is that if I offer the breakfast now, it would probably mean that she gets hungry later. Leave him be, he needs his powder. Yen. I guess I'll leave it be for now. If there's another opportunity to feed him, I'm gonna feed him. If Egan said he's fine, then it must be true. I let the matter rest, and he keeps me company while I finish eating. While we have everyone here, I'd like to offer proper introductions. We haven't yet had the pleasure. Egan gestures to Andel and Nabo. These two are the chief Orndonians who accompany me throughout my travels and conquests. Andel is my faction's esteemed researcher. He represents Orndonian nationalism and is in charge of the seamless integration of the planets we seize into Orndonian culture. No wonder he's so unbearable. That's a position of insane authority, and I'm sure he's made plenty of ruthless decisions for the sake of seamless integration. It's his job not to care about anything other than Ornthon. But if that's the case, why does he dislike Egan so much? Shouldn't they get along swimmingly since Egan is constantly securing planets for Ornthon? Beside him is Nabo. He's my faction strategist and is in charge of the general welfare of Ornthonians. He's my oldest friend, and his mother is my mother's sworn aegis. Should either of them fall in battle, they'll fulfill the motherly obligations of the fallen. Oh, I see. So you two are brothers if one of your mothers passes? In earthen terms, yes. However, there are vastly more obligations following that. Sounds like Ornthonian families get about as complicated as anywhere else. That said, Nabo was hostile to me too. I hope he isn't Egan's aegis. You mentioned factions. Does that mean you aren't yet the ruler of Ornthon? That title belongs to my father. He instructed all of his kin to explore the vastness of space and prove that any one of us deserves his title. I assumed the seat was already yours based on the way you talk. Egan twists his watch around on his arm. Speaking as such is a habit of mine. A deplorable one, I may add. I glance at Andel and he clams up.
But you two obviously support him. Otherwise, why would you travel together?
You're correct about that, Earthian.
Andel glares.
Leave me out of your assumptions. I'm part of this expedition solely so that neither of them perish. Like the old days, even Jesus handled that. I wouldn't know. A service I'm being vastly underappreciated for, considering neither of them can tell Guoth powder from Znaeth root. You're still burning up over that? Both are a white talc powder. They're the same to me. I can kill someone with both. No, you cretins! One is highly volatile. The other is a poison. There's nothing similar about them.
Nabo examines his hands.
Ends and means. Death is the same, regardless of specification. You could pretend to care about my contribution.
Egan smiles at Andel.
Well, I appreciate it. The mothership wouldn't be running without you. The fact you mean that is yet another reason I can't stand you. You've never once tried to do everything yourself, unlike your siblings.
But based on what Egan told me during our picnic yesterday, he's the most hardworking guy I've ever met.
I've absorbed everything you've told me, Andel. I'll know which is right when it's actually important, since our many arguments will come to mind. This conversation no longer deserves my input. Enough. Egan's eerily lucky. We've seen evidence of that time and again traveling with him.
May I ask how many other people you're fighting for the throne?
67, if you include all my half-siblings, in-laws, cousins, nieces, and nephews.
Lynn chokes on her coffee. Andel prints a handkerchief from his watch and passes it to her. I don't know whether it's a gesture from the heart or a consequence of the flip-flop I struck him with earlier, but I appreciate it. That's so many people!
It is. And each competitor has their own fleet, with which they're conquering planets while we're bound to this one. Not the dreaded number. 67. That could lead to destruction of empires with that many heirs with supposedly equal right. Well, they are doing a lot of planetary conquest, so I guess that's kind of a given.
Perhaps that's why Nabo dislikes me? To him, I must be the obstacle that's keeping Egan from conquering other planets. Then we ought to finish our business as soon as possible so you don't fall behind, huh?
Me? Fall behind where? She means your planet seizure count will fall behind our rivals while you frolic on this planet.
Egan taps on his watch with a scoff. A digital screen with numbers and a ranking appears before us. The number next to Egan's name spins so rapidly that I can't parse the number of planets he successfully conquered. What I do understand is that his number is over 9 zeros long, and it's still rapidly increasing. Is that going up? But you're here with us!
Of course it is. I've taught them very well.
He laughs in a friendly way, but I can't shake the feeling that I haven't adequately assessed his character. I'd assumed Egan stumbled into success, but based on what I'm hearing, he's competent. Part of me wonders if his friendliness, or at least his facade of it, has played an invaluable part in his success as a planet conqueror. He changes the screen with a tap. His image at the top gleams and sparkles while everyone below him is grayed out.
My family may be competing, but they first need a fraction of the skills I have to be considered a rival. Now you know another reason why I hate him. How can this empty-headed heathen be winning by such a margin? If my fleet couldn't do anything without me, then I'd have to destroy them.
Nabo, why are you worried about Egan exactly?
He shrugs. Hares and turtles. He's not our ruler yet. The nameplate beneath Egan's amazing score reads Grivax. They have a modest 5 planets. That's all? Just 5? Yes. Grivy secured those 5 planets after 30 years of battling a platoon I was training. Her squad was such fine practice for mine that I withdrew on the 31st year. Is that the only reason she has those planets? Yes. It wouldn't do to crush her spirit. She's still growing. Dare I ask what comes after her growth? How thoroughly is he planning to crush her once she comes of age? Wait, how old is Grivax? Egan talks about her like she's a child, although they fought for 30 years? I don't know what face I made, but Endel's staring. See? He's creepy. His ability to delegate is uncanny. Everyone has their place. All I've done is assign them according to their own ambitions. Crappy, overgrown algae. Lynn taps my shoulder and points at my ear. I lean over. What is it?
You should reconsider marrying Egan. Go to the courthouse today. You can't waste any more time.
That's your advice after what you just heard?
Think about this. Even if you only get half of those planets when you split up.
We are not space travelers.
Not with that attitude.
I'll launch you into space if you keep it up. I believe that concludes introductions on my side. Lynn, would you kindly introduce yourself to my companions?
I'd love to, but there's not much to say. My name's Lynn Reeves, age 28. I started a degree in broadcasting, swapped to computer science, then dropped out for personal reasons.
She's 28? I definitely thought she was, like, early 20s. This is a grown-ass woman.
Yuno is my sister. We've lived together since she was old enough to leave home, and I tagged along. She works incredibly hard, so I try to make her life easier where I can.
A noble endeavor. Lynn, do you really feel like that?
No further comments. I hope all of you will treat my sister well.
It would be my honor to do so.
Thanks, brother-in-law.
Lynn! If we're done playing house, I'm heading back to the ship. I'll join you after I finish these dishes. Andel crosses to the sink and begins washing our dishes. It's quite something what the fabled slipper can do to someone who's never felt it before.
Nabo, can I join you? I really want to see the ship.
You may. But if you attempt to film it, our electromagnetic shield will reduce your cellular device to ashes.
Wowee, that's a security measure. I promise not to film, so please let me tag along.
Follow me if you want, but I won't be responsible for sending you home.
That's okay, since my home is below yours. Bye, sis!
I glance at the clock following their departure. It's already 1 p.m. Where did the time go? What are today's plans?
It's already so late that we'll have to keep it simple. Since we walked around yesterday, let's stay in today.
While your abode is beautiful, there's limited room here for competitions.
Must we compete today? I figured we could relax.
Competitions are integral to my people.
If need be, I could make that my victor's demand. I have 4 of those banked with you after yesterday.
That number may be higher. We don't have the results of yesterday's cook-off.
I place my hand over Egan's and he pauses. Don't think about that. While I understand duels are important to you, not dueling every day is important to me. Our competitions yesterday were my attempt at understanding you. Could you do the same for me today? He seems nervous, but after meeting my gaze for a moment, he nods. He flips his palm over, gently squeezing my hand, and then releases it. I'm uncertain what relaxing entails, but I shall try it. I promise it'll be as fun as dueling. I'm wary. Following yesterday's forgetfulness, I'm certain I should avoid this relaxing activity. But I want to relax with you. We did that on the sofa yesterday, didn't we? We did, but I want it to work this time. So try not to think about me. I will fail. You can try again as many times as you like. I do not wish to try that, so I'll accept my defeat in advance. Do you want to think about me that much? He blushes, yet holds my gaze. If the answer is not apparent, then yes, I do. I meant it when I shared that I'm enthralled by you. My face heats up. I can't look away from him. Have you ever heard of moderation? I don't know what to say when you're so honest. Am I troubling you? No. Yes? Well, kinda, but also no. I have conflicting feelings about all the flattery. But I am sincere. Is there a specific way you'd like me to prove that to you? Perhaps it's indelicate, but please, tell me what you like. My hope is that I'll grow closer to you if I show you that first. Well, I like that he's honest. Well, that's my food alarm. Dinner time soon. I am probably going to have to end this sooner than I would have wanted. There's a lot of text. I'll at least try to get through this scene maybe, and then we'll have like a proper save so that I can call it and make sure I have time to get dinner before the evening stream, the evening Otome. Is this a demo? No! This is actually a full game that is available on Steam right now. Jazz hands. You can find the link if you check the stream on YouTube. I have the link to the Steam listing there. So you should definitely check it out. I was told in the email that it would be like 3 to 4 hours, but since I am Yuno Hanaki, of course I'm going overtime. But I want to make sure I eat before stream, so I'm gonna have to cut it soon-ish. Not yet. I'll give it like another 30 minutes max, at least to get through this scene, like I said, and then whenever there's like a transition to the next thing, I'll save and we'll come back to it. We need to finish this game sometime. I'm really enjoying it. I know, it's actually really cute. I mean, since I'm probably not going to be able to finish it within the next 30 minutes, I think we could probably have this on the schedule for next week. For Tuesday. So we can finish it up. Because I really like it too. It's very charming. Okay. Little over 2 hours left though. I mean, you don't know how much... It is okay. For me, as long as I can, like, make my food by 6, I can probably finish eating, and then that'll still give me a bit of time to rest my voice before the 8 p.m. stream. But yes, there are multiple streams today. The next one is in about 2.5 hours. But it's okay. As long as I get the, like, 2 hours in between for food, I should be okay. Like I said, we'll finish the scene. There's a chance this scene could only be, like, 4 more lines. Who knows? And then we'll start the next one in the evening. Let's continue. It's like an Otome rom-com. Yeah, it's really cute. I like it. It really feels like I'm watching like a Saturday morning cartoon that has like a romance element to it. I like it. Well, I like that he's honest. And that despite this crazy situation, I feel at ease around him. But in the same vein, how can he like me so much when he hasn't seen many of my bad sides? You haven't seen any of the bad parts of my personality. Then I invite you to show them to me.
I've been exceptionally clumsy around you, although I've never considered myself such.
It's not something I can show you on command.
He inclines his head. Then it's my honor to get to know you today as well. Who says it like that, you dork? As you laughed, I'll take that to mean you find me endearing instead of contemptibly socially inept. Humor is good, observed.
I feel like I'm being studied,
observed.
He looks incredibly bemused after I mimic him. The longer I stare at Egan, the more I
shall be on my way.
I completely forgot Andel was here. Egan must have too.
No need to announce your departure.
As a guest, it's impolite to leave without informing one's host.
Good day, Yuno. I shall see you at this evening's evaluation. Brother was just there washing the dishes, having to listen to them be gucky. He's like, this is so cringe. Ugh.
Now that the mood's returned to normal, I should get down to what we're doing. Since there are no duels, I need to do whatever I can to ensure we have another good date. Regarding the cook-off yesterday, Lynn posted everything on the internet, so it'll take some time for them to decide.
Shouldn't we check what the current tally is?
And see all the discourse? Nah, let's wait for the final result.
Discourse? As in a social familiarity?
No, that definition is obsolete here. Today, people use it for discussions online. Typically, ones that get out of hand? Or, that doesn't quite work as a definition either. Why am I wasting precious time trying to explain the internet to an alien? Regardless of the definition, it's something you want to stay out of.
Observed. How shall we do this relaxing today? What do you usually do?
Of the things I do to relax, there are only a few that come to mind that are fun to do with another person. Usually I just...
Translation, you cringe Lord Vizless Princeling. Also fail and I get to laser you and make him watch. Yeah, true. Basically, like, please fail the date so I can laser beam you. Okay, so watch something, listen to music, suggest something else. I don't know. I mean, I feel like between the two options that we have, which is two options for media consumption, watching something is probably more interesting than listening to music. I don't know what the secret third thing would be, though. I guess I'll just choose watch something. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Boop. I point towards the living room. I typically watch something on the TV and chew through tons of snacks if I'm watching something good. Actually, I still polish off tons of snacks even if I'm watching something bad.
I'm familiar with television. I've learned much from that invaluable tool.
Why is he referring to the TV as if it's some reverent teacher who's taught him decades of sage advice?
Though after spending so much time here, I doubt I'm destined to meet Goku, Luffy, or Naruto. Brother watched a lot of anime. He's real for that.
What?
Egan, you... I chew my lips to keep myself from laughing.
May I ask how exactly you studied Earth?
Through decades of media consumption, and Endel's occasional nagging. Why?
Goku, Luffy, and Naruto aren't real people. They're fictional. Made up.
As my fleet remains untouched and Endel hasn't catalogued a single Earthian with extraordinary anomalies, I suspected as much.
Wait. What do you classify as an ordinary anomaly?
Must we discuss Andel's research? It'd be better to ask him than have me poorly paraphrase it. I'm certain he'd chew me out if I dared ask him, so let's not. I'm greatly amused that you thought those characters were real and came here anyway. Nothing could douse my desire to meet you.
How can you say that with a straight face?
Would altering my face shape give my words credence? I can't hold back anymore and start laughing. Egan's grin brings out the sprinkle of magenta in his eyes.
Okay, let's get back on track. Here's how we'll spend the afternoon. I'll make our snacks, and since you know how to use a TV, why don't you pick what we watch?
Egan nods and heads into the living room. I pivot towards the pantry.
Okay, what do we have to munch on?
Alright. We will leave it here then, because this is what I mean by a scene transition. So I'll make a proper save. Over here. Make a proper save on this one. Yeah. Correct retort, Prince. He's really got a lot of riz. It's subtle, but it's good. But yeah, so that was a look at Love Limit. I'm probably going to play more of this next week, to be honest. That way we can finish it. I really like it. Later, I believe I have it slotted that we're going to play Bloom, which is a comfy cafe-focused Otome game. That one actually has, like, multiple love interests, like, multiple romance options, and it should hopefully be another fun, chill time for us. That will be at 8 p.m., which is basically, like, 2 hours and 20 minutes from now. Gives or takes. So, use this time to get food for yourself, stretch your legs, do whatever you gotta do. And I'll see you back on this channel at 8 p.m. with the next stream. Until then, thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone, and until I see you again, Yunotsu!